Ahoy, landlubbers! It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Uh, it's Saturday, July the 30th, 2022. It's almost August. I can't believe that's true. I don't know why I'm really upset about July. It just feels like July wasn't here and I'm paying rent again, and I'm just mad about it. I complained briefly about this yesterday. I don't intend to go on. I'm just generally not happy with things, so I'll find a reason to complain. You know I will. It's a special skill that I have. It's probably one of the reasons you're watching this, or maybe you're watching this despite that. Regardless, we're currently on our drive to completing AI Nirvana Initiative, and for those of you who weren't here yesterday, particularly live, just wow, man. I mean, we simultaneously got not a whole lot done and experienced a whole lot. Like, just so much. The highlight absolutely has to be we finally hit a proper, like, root end of the game. And it's just unbelievable how stupid it is. Right, Ditto? How is it August? Like, that doesn't seem cool at all. I feel like there's been some clerical error, and I'm not, like, great. I'm not thrilled with it. But let's see if I can even manage to recap, like, what we did, because, like, I, like, barely can wrap my head around this. So, you know, a week ago, we ended the stream where we had completed doing a sync with Komeiji, and we had suggested to him that the most important thing in life is his son, Shoma. And so we picked up yesterday, sort of following from that. And, you know, Shoma had become kidnapped by scientists from the Horodori Institute, which we later came to find out is probably because he's, like, valuable experimental DNA something or other. But so, like, a whole bunch of scientists with pew-pew laser guns were trying to capture him, and it took the combined efforts of Ryuki, Mizuki, Date, and Tuxedo Mask, which is my shorthand nickname for masked woman with NASA adhesive mask stuck to her face. And so, like, all together they managed to rescue Komeiji and Shoma, and then we synced with Shoma to try and figure out, like, what his connection to the Horodori Institute was, and why he had led us there in the first place, because, like, the Bats 490 video doesn't actually point there, which is what he had originally told us, which, like, was pretty pivotal in the start of our investigation. And so after getting him to disbelieve Nizet Law's take on the simulation theory, and having him embrace reality and his feelings and his father again, he and his dad reconciled, and somehow that was the end of the game? That was just a whole ending? Like, we still had, like, 2 days to investigate and possibly figure out who the origami killer was? And we just sort of gave up. We're like, I'm gonna stand here and watch them hug. And, like, that was the end of the game. And I, like, can't tell you how absolutely confused I was about that. That's just not an end to the game. That's nothing. That isn't anything. But along that way, Shoma did tell us an important piece of information, that while he had been in the custody of those scientists, he met Terror, who is wearing some sort of metallic mask with, like, the most indistinguishable voice changer since Bane in Dark Knight Rises. And they, like, introduced themselves as Dahlia, which is one half of the information needed to go back and take the alternate route in the original sync at the very start of the game, when Mizuki syncs with Ryuki to try and figure out what happened in the Terror case 6 years ago, which for us is essentially the present, because we've been involved in the world's absolute longest flashback by recounting every single thing we did during the investigation to an absolutely comical degree. But after I went back and tried to plug that in and found that I also need to know Terror's last name, I took the only path that I believe is immediately available to me, which was we went back into Komeji's mind in that sync, and we told him that rather than his son being the most important thing, that money was the most important thing. And then we found out that he's been secretly trafficking weapons in Japan and been involved with the Yakuza, which we, like, knew to some extent. And we questioned him after that fact because, like, there was this bizarre thing where, like, he found, like, a glowing mystical dream orb, and he was like, "This is the thing that will free me from my debts." And he put it in a suitcase and dragged it away from a theme park. And Ryuki's take was, "I'm sure that's blackmail material," which turned out to be correct because the writer of the game wrote both of those scenes. But, like, we were trying to get him to tell us what that was, and he, like, wouldn't do it. And we sort of softly threatened, like, if you don't help us to help you, then, like, something bad could happen to your son. And so he, like, told us to take his son into custody so he knew Shoma would be safe, and then he would tell us some things. And he kind of didn't do that. He, like, deceived us and told us to go back to his house with him, and that he would show us the blackmail material he has, which he didn't do. We searched the whole place using X-ray vision, found nothing. And then he got, like, an angry text from Terror being like, "If you don't show up at the TV studio where the first body appeared, I'm gonna really mess you up." So, like, we tried to set an ambush for Terror there, but it was implied through stage direction that we stood there for a really long time and nobody showed up. So, like, we entered the studio to see if there were any signs of foul play, and not long after, Ryuki was tricked into watching the Nirvana trial video, which caused him to have one of those weird blackouts. And while he was unconscious, just like every other person we've synced with in this game, in short order, Komeji had been killed. And that's essentially where we left off, excluding only the fact that currently with us are not only Shoma, but also Iris, Mame, and Kizuna, and all of them are acting weird. No, Shoma's acting normal. All of the teenage girls are acting weird. And I say that as someone who's maybe never understood teenage girls, so I might not be the best judge of that, but I'm pretty sure they're acting weird. And that's literally where we left off, so we'll pick up there. I did notice a few people coming in at the start of my recap. The recap felt very important because we changed a lot of gears during yesterday's stream. So, hello Ditto, pretty sure I saw you before. Hi Sarah, hi Kat. Thought there was one more, but also hi to Mom and Alcadius and all the people who were definitely here before. Hello. But before we can investigate the mystery of half of a Minecraft man, which I am not excited about looking at, we do have another unfinished order of business, which is the ongoing quest of the Tamagotchi. So, last time, I guess just generally, over the course of this game, we've unlocked 3 of the 4 characters that can be achieved from the starting point. And we've also gotten Mama, we got Hitomi and Boss, and we got Date. Now, currently we are Mizuki, and we're trying to figure out who exists opposite Date. And I'm not confident that we're gonna get there. I feel like we're gonna have to get lucky for that to happen, largely because I just really don't understand, like, the outcome of any of these things in advance. Asks, how do we explain in our flashback that when we jumped into a different timeline and did everything again? This isn't a major problem that I have with AI. It is a thing that's present in both AI games, unless this one later on does something to dispel it. But, like, one of the things I had really loved about the original Nonary games is that, without spoiling too much, they provide an explanation for essentially that. Like, like, some effort is made to explain why there are multiple branches to the story. it's something that I felt was lacking from the first game, not just because it doesn't explain it, but because the game goes out of its way to present the ideas of, like, multiple universes and, you know, going into someone's dream and altering reality and sort of, like, quantum physics-based stuff that, like, could have ultimately led to an explanation, but didn't, and I found that a little disappointing just because, like, I thought maybe there would be a cool notion. Now, I will say that this game has gone so far as to hint that something like that may be addressed in the future, but so far, that is not the case. However, it's also not that uncommon, based on my somewhat limited experience with visual novel games, that there be different branches to the story, and there not necessarily be an explanation. And like I say, the only reason that I feel the first game was specifically missing it is because it like went just far enough to be like, maybe there's an explanation, and then just opted not to give one. Yeah, I didn't realize that Digimon Survive was out already. I thought it was coming out like next year for some reason, because I think someone like a few months ago had like tipped me off to it existing, and then the other day Cotillion sent me a link to like a release trailer, and I was like, oh, it's like out now. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But for now, speaking of Digimon, we have a virtual pet problem to solve. What should I do if an old guy attacks me? Hit epigastrium, crush throat, kick chin, hit temple. I don't know why hitting a religious institution would stop the old man, but I don't know, maybe. So I think we were trying for crazy, right? I think we determined that Date was probably a combination of impish and brave as far as the game is concerned. So I think I need to up my crazy. No, I know temple and head. I'm teasing. I don't know which of these I think is crazy. Is it hit epigastrium because that's not an obvious, like... No, maybe it's crush throat because it's like a weird supervillain Darth Vader thing to do. I'm inclined to guess one of those. I can't imagine which act of violence yields the loving response, because none of these seem to evoke the love karate that is taught in the Parappa game canon. I'm gonna go with crush throat, just based on my Darth Vader theory. This probably won't work, and we're probably gonna get Date, and I'm gonna be upset about it. Hey, it actually worked! Get wrecked. Not for amateurs, E. Don't crush Buddha statues. Why would... I didn't even pick hit temple. Why are you talking about harming the Buddha? Okay, whatever. Let's go investigate the death of a man who's half Minecraft. So, here's everyone. We're at the studio. Mame's upset. I feel like Mame has spent a lot of this game being upset, and that hurts my feelings. Can I... Oh dear, I have a wink sync available? Oh wait. Why did that... There's some weird, like, snap physics thing that just happened. So I can wink sync with everyone in this room. Who should I sync with? I'll save this until later, but I need chat's input on this. My instinct says always sync with the mermaid, but I don't know if there's a cleverer idea than that. So let's see. Let's start not with the worst option for once, and ask if she's okay.
She seems very shook up.
She does not seem okay.
We should let her be for now.
So I shouldn't ask her several questions in a row? She already saw the corpse. She's in no state to talk. Yep.
I see.
Oh.
No one saw anything.
I think the game assumes that I'm going to go left to right, so that by the time I get to Amame, I've realized that nobody saw anything. But I'm gonna talk to the mermaid first. This game doesn't know me at all. Hi, Iris. Iris, why are you
I
here?
figured that something was up with you guys at Shoma's house earlier.
You figured something was up with us? You thought something was weird about us. About a man who was trafficking weapons in police custody. You thought, like, that was a weird thing. But, like, a hive mind of teenage girls bringing a teenage boy to shout at his dad, that's, like, normal?
I heard you were talking about terror and going to Divida, so I got worried and came over. Oh, but we did not come here right away.
Did you stop to get a Todoroki man chocolate?
We first discussed whether we should track you down. I think it was about 2.5 hours after you left that we decided.
Now, they did imply a fairly large passage of time, but 2.5 hours is quite a long time for them to, like, wait, start tracking us, track us down, get here, and then come into the studio. Although I guess also, we waited a long time to check on the studio after, like, waiting outside as a trap, and then we're knocked unconscious. So yeah, altogether that's probably, like, a bunch of time.
We thought we should just come straight here and...
It's 11:30 p.m. now, by the way.
You see anyone?
I didn't see anyone until we got inside the studio.
Are you saying that I killed the half Minecraft man? You okay?
I guess so.
I guess so. Did you see anyone,
By
Kizuna?
anyone, do you mean the culprit?
Like anyone. Did you see, Chad hanging out? He's the janitor.
Well, anyone at all. Like, any suspicious figures, maybe?
No, we did not see a single soul.
We did, however, see a chimera that was comprised of multiple souls. Hey, I just noticed something weird. I don't know if it's relevant, but there was an electric tea kettle on that folding table there, kind of in the middle of the screen there. And it is, like, knocked over on the floor in a, like, mildly suspicious
I
way.
see.
Did you help
That is
me?
a bit of an exaggeration. We simply untied the rope that bound you.
Oh, we were tied up. I don't think we knew that.
Rope?
Must be that one over there.
Oh, look at that
I
rope.
was tied up with that?
Yeah, your hands and feet were tied really tight. When we arrived, we found you on the ground in that state. So, Kizzy and I untied the rope.
How did you get here?
Well,
Ah, there you are.
Oh my god, it's the cab driver. If you had cab driver appears in this game on your bingo card, go ahead and cross that one off.
Here you are, the receipt for your card payment.
Man, full service with this guy.
thank you.
I don't know why I'm super hot right now.
Excuse me, but who are you?
What? Oh, I am but a humble
Moi.
taxi driver. I forgot to hand you the receipt earlier.
So you drove these four here.
Indeed, that is correct.
In this ill-lit room when he had his mouth just like hanging open from his last line of dialogue, definitely looked like a zombie.
I was always quite bad with machines, you see. I let others handle the TV, the music, and other such things. Oh, one time I wanted to listen to a CD, but I didn't know how to open the CD player, so I smashed it with my fist.
Sarah says he's the killer, it's him. I mean, it could be. He definitely knows how to get around, but his name isn't Dahlia. I have questions as to whether that's some sort of assumed name, or if the killer was really just like, hey, what's up? I know I'm wearing a mask and using a voice changer, but my name's Dahlia. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Why are you telling me this?
That is just how terrible with machines I am.
I'm not very good at small talk, you
That
see.
is why I could not handle the card payment as smoothly as I would have liked. And while I was fumbling my way through the payment,
He said that the girl with the blue hair in the passenger seat ran out. So it was.
Mame did?
So she got out of the car first.
I wonder if that's important. They're making kind of a big deal out of it.
naturally I was quite flustered by this rowdy display. And so I continued to fumble for 3, 4, no, perhaps even 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes, you
I
said?
somehow managed to process the payment, but I was still quite bothered. I returned the credit card, but in my haste, I completely forgot to hand over the receipt.
Yeah, this is a crime scene,
What
pal.
were the other three in the back seat doing during all that?
They were waiting the entire time.
They were waiting. You're one of the three. The only one who's not one of those three is Mame. What do you mean
The
they?
card was Kizzy's, but she was sitting on the far left seat, so Shoma and I didn't get out.
Well, now that that's settled, I will be off. If you'll excuse me.
Okay, bye now. We won't animate him leaving. That's not how this game works. Alright, Shoma, what's up with you, Shoma?
What can you even say in a situation like this?
If only I could think of a good skull joke off the top of my head. I'm sure that would lighten the
How
mood.
could this have happened?
Did you see anyone? You okay?
Of course he's not okay. Komeiji was his father.
Go ahead and sync with Mame. Not just because she's the mermaid and generally my top choice for most scenes, but also because she could be hiding something the way she left first and they're being weird about it.
I can't
Sync?
have Link sync now. Not enough battery.
No, then why even give me the option? That's just rude. A rude thing to do.
It's the right half of Komeiji's body.
Yeah, okay, that tracks. I had to think that through for a second. I was saying yesterday that so far we've seen the same half of each of the victims' bodies up until the present, when Mizuki found the second half of Jin Furure's body on the soccer field. That's the first time we saw a left half of a body.
I think it's safe to say Terror is the culprit.
No, I think it's a coincidence that this is half of a
Ryuki,
man.
let's talk to everyone before checking the body.
Didn't we? What did I leave? Did I leave one for... No, you're done. Oh. Oh, okay. I can ask her about Mame. I don't know why it's presented in this specific way, but sure.
Yes. Kizzy, Shoma, and I went into the studio together.
Wait, are we going to treat that as Mame being a suspect just because she can't account for her solo actions, and then we're going to sync with the mermaid?
Mame was already inside.
What is it, Ryuki? Does something bother you about that?
No, it's nothing.
Alright, let's look at the body. I don't want to. It sounds terrible.
Have you contacted Abyss and HQ?
Way ahead of you. The investigation team should arrive soon. I've also arranged for a counselor. All 4 of them are in a really bad mental state.
Join the club. I'll print out membership cards later.
Shoma?
Are you okay? Shoma, wait!
It's a good line read. It's there's a certain level of emotional intensity that's kind of hard to like get right. That was well done. I'll argue that while I like Toma and I mostly like the voice actress, I do think that she sometimes struggles with emotion in that specific range. Like when she's yelling at Ryuki and Somnium sometimes, it comes across like a little muted from what I think the character is actually expected to be feeling.
Don't just stand there, Ryuki!
Man, Uchikoshi loves it when several people leave a room at the same time and you get to hear the sound of all of their footsteps in unison. I don't know why he's big into that.
Go after him!
Right.
No, but if I leave this body here, someone will take it for science to understand his cube skull. It says, what if the killer's actually Poseidon and Amame's freaking out because she recognizes the signs as one of his servants? It's true, but... I mean, that could be the case, but... Komeiji didn't have any money. What would be the motive? You would think that Poseidon would be trying to get currency, right? By the time I ran out of the studio, Shoma was already gone. The other 3 must have decided to split up because they scattered in different directions. I thought it would be better to search a wider area and got in my car, but...
I don't see him anywhere. No response on his phone. and his GPS is off.
I mean, like, 2/3 of the time we've tried seeking him out based on his phone GPS, it's been off. It's not that
Where
weird.
did you go, Shoma?
We had to find him after he stormed out like that. Who knows what he'll do in this state.
Well, at least we didn't sync with him in this timeline, so he's not half dead.
Calm down, Ryuki. Think about where Shoma might go.
The Ferris wheel? It's one of the only places we get to
Where
go?
he might go. I got it. Shoma must be there.
It's Demolition, welcome to the stream. You haven't missed terribly much. We mostly talked to everyone in the studio immediately upon finding Komeji's body in this timeline, and mostly nobody said anything. We did, however, get to see the cab driver from the first game again, unexpectedly. Yeah, the Ferris wheel. I don't know why it runs at like 1 a.m. or whatever. I didn't actually check the time. Wow, somehow we got here like right after him. I guess he was on foot and we were driving a limo.
Well, no big deal. It's a Ferris wheel. He'll come back down if we just wait.
Can't stay in there forever. There's no food. You know, I didn't actually think about it until just now. It's like a little interesting that this Ferris wheel is so prominently featured after the merry-go-round was like kind of a significant plot point the first time. Plus, World's End Club had sort of a theme park theme. I, for one, am a big fan of, like, theme park settings and things like that in stories, so, like, I guess I just sort of, like, quietly appreciated it and didn't even think about it. Yeah, vertical merry-go-round. Same thing, right? I like that, like, we needed a separate transition screen for the
Anyway,
date change.
this is all a load of bull. Today is Valentine's Day.
What?
It's past midnight, so it's February 14th now.
This feels very 999 in a really esoteric way. All the little things that remind me of those games tend to make me happy.
Oh, but I don't really care about that right now.
How can you not care?
More importantly, Shoma was on the number 2 car, right?
Why do you ask?
Because it's empty now.
Because
Yes, he definitely went in number 2.
I'm glad they included the word "in." Otherwise, I'd have to get that as a sound clip without context, and I don't know how it would be used, but not responsibly.
I thought so. If that's the case, he should be back soon.
In fact, I could probably edit that. It wouldn't be useful, but part of me wants to do it anyway.
What? No. How?
Like, obviously. I mean, it doesn't make logical sense, but, like, obviously that happened if we were asking about it. I mean, to be fair, we could have used our X-ray vision, right? Like, we didn't need to wait for it to come all the way around and stop it or whatever. But yeah, he got lost in a merry-go-round. It's like a Twilight Zone episode or something.
How?
Who's running this thing, by the way?
We checked every one of the cars, but I don't see Shoma anywhere.
We are living in a false world created by a program.
I'll never get over the fact that they just made this really strong choice that for any dialogue you hear from her, the picture of Tokiko is her doing the ridiculous hand sign.
Therefore, if we can rewrite its code, we can create miracles.
It can't be. Impossible. It can't be.
Uh-oh. Ryuki's on a go-to loop. It can't be. Impossible. It can't be. Impossible. It can't be. Impossible.
It can't be. I know Shoma went on that car. I saw it with my own eyes.
Oh, the one of them I have left.
Yet.
Oh no.
Hold on. Don't tell me it's happening again.
We really gotta up that dosage, you know? Ah, there it is. It's America's favorite game. Gibberish Blackout. I look forward to understanding this. I'm sure there will be an explanation. Yet again, I'm not sure if it will be satisfying. And blackout. Worst Valentine's Day ever. Well, somehow we're at the Akume Shrine, like 9 hours later. It's interesting to me that, like...
Tama, do you know about this place?
Like, Tama's aware that this is happening, but, like, doesn't really address it with him. She like... I don't know if she knows the cause of it and isn't telling us, or if she's just, like, ignoring the fact that there's, like, a consistent thing happening that Ryuki would be slightly less equipped to be aware of because it knocks him unconscious.
I heard about it from Mr. Date. This shrine worships a fruit called the Fruit of Immortality.
It makes a really good pie. They also worship the pie.
If you eat it, you will gain eternal youth and life.
You also get pie. It's really good pie.
Hey, Ryuki, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're not well. Mentally, I mean.
Ouch. That hurts.
You haven't been for a long time now, and I think it's getting worse. You should really see somebody.
I'm seeing you right now, and you're not real. That's fine, I'm sure.
I'm fine. Coming to the shrine has calmed me down.
Coming here doesn't solve anything. Praying to a god or Buddha isn't going to heal your heart. Please, Ryuki.
Okay then. You want me to go to the hospital? Before I do, let me ask for one thing. Can you replay the scene from Studio Devita right now?
Ryuki.
I want to solve the HP case, no matter what.
Otherwise, I'll be demoted, and that's the worst thing of all.
No, I have to solve it. For Komeiji. Especially now that he's...
Sheesh, really... Fine, I'll do it. But promise me that after the investigation, you'll...
Yes, I'll go get checked out.
Promise, okay?
Yeah, I promise.
Now, close your eyes. Let's do this.
Let's get this done. Not looking forward to virtual reality activation because those segments have consistently annoyed me, but maybe this one will be the exception.
So, what did you want to investigate here?
Someone knocked over the electric tea kettle, and I'm convinced it's a clue.
Something's been bothering me. You see that camera on the tripod that's tipped over? When we got here...
It wasn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not hugely surprising, but yes.
Why did it fall over?
Could it have been terror?
But why?
I don't understand why, but it could only have been him.
I mean, it could easily be that he heard some noise that made him think that someone was coming, and in a hurry he knocked over the camera. I'm not sure that there's, like, some big dramatic reason for it. Like, that sort of thing happens at crime scenes.
No, that's not true. There's another person that could have tipped it over. When we regained consciousness, there were 4 people here. Iris, Kizuna, Mame, and Shoma. The first one to go into the studio was...
Amame. That's what Iris and Kizuna said. Are you suggesting Amame tipped over the camera?
It's entirely possible.
But why would she do that?
That's what I'm going to figure out.
Virtual reality activation! Oh, I'm sorry, it's Tamagotchi time. Okay, we did this one before. We tried... That's right, Ditto. It could happen during any scene. You know, in hindsight, I understand why it says that weird thing in the vague tutorial pop-up about the eyeballing mechanic. They're like, if you turn these notifications on, they could appear during any scene. And I think we've essentially had it during every type of scene at this point. We've done virtual reality, Somnium, like normal story stuff. The only time it didn't come up is like during the prolonged action sequence at the warehouse district. But I think that's just because like you don't get control during most of that, so there's no actual way for you to interact with it. Okay, so, oh, ahoy, Mr. Generic Name. Welcome to the stream. I don't know how caught up you are on this game. It's another visual novel. It's a mystery. There's someone going around calling themselves Terror. They're also known as the half-body killer because they're using some sci-fi technology to cut people clean in half. And we're currently investigating the scene of one of those crimes. But when I say that, I use the word currently loosely because we're interacting with the lesser important mechanic that is essentially a Tamagotchi we have that can be raised into digital equivalents of many of the characters from the game. And I'm trying to figure out how to get a certain mystery character. So the last time this came up, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Neko or someone like pointed out. What's manja? Use prawn. Yeah, right. Take a look at this Tamagotchi. As we were just joking, when the game introduces this mechanic, it says like, "Do you want these notifications that the Tamagotchi wants your attention on? If you do, you can get those notifications during any scene," and they're not joking. Nico suggests a pepperoncino is chili peppers, which might be crazy. I don't know what manja is, so I don't know the context that would make it crazy. I'm inclined to trust you in matters of food, Neko, but I also don't understand what we're doing here. Manja is a savory pancake, similar to okonomiyaki. Okay. I know little about okonomiyaki. But if it's savory, wouldn't, like... Yeah, like... I think last time you had suggested mochi might be crazy because it's a sweet thing on a savory thing, but I agree with you. My recollection is that we did mochi and got loving. And I think that might have been the last question we had before we got date, so I, like, definitely don't want to do that. I'm gonna trust your instinct here, Neko. But I don't have enough context. Hey, you did it! Alright, we're on track, maybe. We might be on track for whatever character it is we're trying to get. It's unclear. Alright, now the very first thing I want to do is check out this knocked over tea kettle, because I feel like I'm clever, and I think this is important.
The kettle is on the floor.
Must have fallen off the table.
I wonder how it fell.
Someone did a pile driver on it.
That's probably the case.
Either that, or it was bumped or something.
See, it's funny for you to dismiss this and not the camera falling over. Granted, a tripod's typically pretty stable on a level floor, but it's just funny to me that they're like, gosh, like, how could that have happened? And then another thing's knocked over in the room, and they're like, that's probably nothing. Oh, no, they're giving me credit as it's a clue. Great, now I get to feel lightly clever. Let's take a look at this.
It really isn't standing up.
No, of course it's not. Why would we even be talking about it?
Yeah.
Could it be the alcohol's fault?
You think the camera got drunk?
It happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
What are you talking about?
Let me check the rope.
It's the rope that had you in the tortoiseshell bondage position.
Alright, now, I don't know if this is gonna out me as a square. This is the second time this game has referenced the tortoiseshell bondage thing. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure that I want to. I'm just saying that I don't.
Tortoiseshell? No, that's not true.
Oh? Was it a crab tie?
No. No crabs, no tortoises, no shrimp, nothing. Anyway, look at the rope.
Yeah, there's something embedded
It
in
matches
it.
what Amame had on.
Alright, that might not be anything, because we were told that they helped us out of the ropes. But it's noteworthy. Confirm the status of the corpse. You got it, pal.
What's the estimated time of death?
Roughly an hour and a half ago. Based on the time the body was discovered, of course.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, it has been many hours since then. There's no way that the time of death was an hour and a half from now.
So roughly 10 p.m., February 13th.
That sounds about right.
We woke up here around 11:30 p.m.
It probably wants me to x-ray him, huh? Oh, I can't use X-ray this time? That's weird. It's weird how, like, you only get to use the visual modes that are, like, relevant to the investigation. On the one hand, I appreciate it as a player that, like, I don't have to, like, check all, like, 30 of these interaction points with X-ray just to be sure. But, like, every other time we found a body, it wanted us to X-ray it as, like, a major thing to do. So it feels a little weird that that's not the case here. However, there is some sort of... Oh. Yeah, there is a weird heat source, isn't there? Oh, they stepped in the water from the kettle, and so it left a trail.
The floor is wetter than my...
Oh, come on now.
Please don't even say it.
Would you prefer the word moist?
Wow, Tom is really going at it today.
I think there was hot water in the kettle. It must have been in keep warm mode. That must have fell and...
There's hot water near the kettle. It's moist.
Footprints from the water. Saying that it's still warm, the prints couldn't be more than a few minutes old by the time this data was gathered.
So right before we regained consciousness?
So yeah, if they were in a hurry, they might have bumped over the water kettle to leave the trail to step in, and possibly also knocked over the camera at roughly the same time.
Can you tell me whose prints they are?
Judging from the shape and size, absolutely Amame's.
Oh, that's... I'm surprised that you can get such conclusive analysis, but
The
okay.
prints lead to the door over there.
The door on the west side.
Door in front of the footprints. Oh, like in not thermovision?
The door on the west side of the building is locked. I don't think we can open it from this side.
Are there any other exits?
The only other door is the door to the east, the one we entered from.
So, east and west. Just the two exits.
Well, sort of one exit, two entrances by that description. Oh, thanks, Demolition. I like the shirt. It's, Baby Yoda eating weird blue cookies like that one episode where he went to school.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. I think I can make one conclusion.
Oh? Care to share what that is?
First, think about what Mame did when she first entered the studio.
We don't know what she did when she first entered the studio. We were unconscious. I mean, of the two data points we have, I feel like she went for the rope first, probably? Although, the witness testimony seems to suggest that's not the case, because when Kazuna talked about it, it sounded as though she and Iris were probably present for us being untied.
Judging from the trail, I think she came to me first. She couldn't have come to me after stepping in the warm water.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
if she did, it would have left prints.
It definitely seems like she went
So
straight from the water to
she
the door.
did must have been to try to untie me.
It's just, this strikes me as weird just because of the witness statement. But, like, otherwise, this makes sense.
That's when a bit of her nail broke and stuck to the rope.
A bit of it, or, like, the whole nail?
Then, something happened that stopped her.
Something.
I'll tell you later.
He knows what it
Anyway,
is?
She stopped trying to untie me.
Where did she go from there?
Is it supposed to be the body? Is that what was supposed to have distracted her? Because, like, that makes sense. It's weird that the body is, like, already on, like a gurney situation. It's kind of difficult. So, like, if she came in and, like, came over to us roughly here to start trying to untie it, it seems unlikely that she would notice the body from here and, like, not have noticed it coming in, right? So, like, I guess the tripod? She's likely the one to have knocked it over?
Here. Mame must have been in a hurry. She tipped over the camera by accident.
And then what?
I mean, the tea kettle and then the door, right? If we're just, like, plotting a straight where did she go course?
She came here next. Mame ran into the table, which caused the kettle to fall.
This is comically straightforward compared to the previous virtual
And the
segments.
hot water spilled on the floor.
And then?
Particularly the last one in Togiko's office was just like ridiculous.
Well, if we trace her footprints, they stopped right in front of the western door. But the door was locked and it didn't open, so she couldn't get out. And then...
Only 60% reenacted? No.
Tama,
Loading Tama.
do you have any ideas? Why Mame stopped trying to untie me?
Ryuki said he was gonna tell us later.
Mhm, I sure do. But continue. I want to hear what you're thinking.
Okay, here's my answer. It's simple, actually. I think Mame saw Terror enter the studio. While she was
Okay.
untying me, Terror came across the scene.
It's a little weird, though. So, is your suggestion... Wait, that timeline doesn't make any sense. So wait. We woke up at 11:30. We blacked out at 10? Is that what they said? No, the time of death was 10. It doesn't seem like Mame could possibly have been in the studio for like a considerable amount of time before the others came here, like an hour or something. But why would Terror come back after he had already killed Komeiji?
They ran over to her to try to take her out. That's why the body was left in such an unnatural position.
I
Okay.
see. We're on the same page. There are still some question marks, but...
Now, a thing I'll like, yeah, right? It's simple. Just imagine an egg. It works for everything. One thing that like mildly annoys me about this is like, to me, it feels like determining stuff like that is what would make the notion of the virtual reality activation segments interesting. Is like finding little bits of evidence that are like, and so like she was interrupted by this, and we have evidence that like the Terror came in at this time or something along those lines. Like figuring that out seems interesting. Historically, these segments have either been like really obvious stuff or stuff that's so obtuse that evidence doesn't really point to it and you just have to make some kind of logical leap. And it's weird, like in a case like this where it's like, okay, so the part it had us work out is like she went in a straight line to leave. And then it's like, oh, and also Terror showed up at this exact time and it explains X, Y, and Z.
Well, putting that thread aside for now, shall we get started?
Start what?
Filming, duh.
Again?
You got a problem?
I can tase you. I'm in your skull.
So, are you ready?
No.
Okay, here we go.
I said no.
Ready? Action! I'm going to cast you as a Mame. Recreate her movements.
I love... We've just taped a note to his shirt that says Amame because we have so little confidence in his ability to act that we need it to be clear for filming purposes that he is Amame.
Let's start with when she first ran into the studio.
Her first move was...
It's just like, I don't know what this reaction is supposed to...
Mr. Ryuki is tied up!
Oh my god. That's amazing.
You're a really shitty actor.
Well, what did you expect?
Ryuki! Mr. Ryuki! Mr. Ryuki! Snap out of it! This is when her nail fell off.
Mame tried to untie the rope and...
Babe?
Oh, so Terror wheeled the body in after allegedly cutting him in
That's
half?
when Terror ran into her.
Okay, that tracks a little bit. See, like, again, one of the little issues I have with these is, like, I guess, so, I kind of feel like the reenaction should sort of happen in real time, like, as we figure stuff out, it should, like, show the figures coming in and moving around and stuff like that. Because, like, it's weird that it sort of has you work out the whole thing without a visual aid. and then when it should be clear to you what the whole picture is, then it makes you watch the whole thing with visual aids. Like, there's just like some weird like mental disconnect for me the way it wants you to work through this. But like also consistently there's a thing that these segments do where like it would be really good for me to have information like the body wasn't here in the first place because I have no way of knowing that. The game doesn't tell me that, but it's like relevant to like working out what's going on.
Since Terror is blocking the east door, she can't go that way. So she tried to run to the other door.
Okay, let's see your best performance.
My god.
Yes. Why do you make me do this?
Why do you make me do this indeed? Oh, I see that Neko has redeemed VIP for a day. Need to remember who currently has it. Is it Anime? The un-VIP is so much harder than the VIP. Here you go, Neko. Neko is VIP for the day. Everyone congratulate Neko. Why do you make me do this is a very good question. That is pretty much always relevant to the interactions between the Abyss agents and their AI companions.
Okay, go on, run away.
And then run into the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Then run into the table, and that drops the kettle.
He's like holding the note on him.
The west door is completely locked.
Now here's the question. Like, all of that's relatively straightforward. And, like, doesn't tell us a ton about the scene. Like, the only really relevant information here is that Terror showed up at that time, and we're not allowed to deduce that, which, like, again, is, like, that feels like the thing I should be figuring out, is, like, that relevant part of the scene. So the other relevant part is, like, what happened to her after she got caught here? Is it just gonna tell us? I don't know. Yeah, right? Clumsy mermaid. Like, bumping into one thing, totally get. Bumping into two, running in a fairly straight line. I mean, it's dark in there, I guess. But, like, it feels almost like you're trying at that point. Hi.
Ugh. Cut! You were doing so well.
I don't think she meant that.
Anyway, she was cornered and... What happened after that? This is what I was trying to get at earlier. And one more thing. When you asked Amame if she saw the culprit, she shook her head. Why did she lie?
Well, if it was Terror, we know, not from this timeline, granted, but we know that Terror is wearing a mask.
Hey, Tama. You collected all the data in this studio, right?
Are you gonna make another weird supposition about the nature of data that's gonna make me mad?
Including X-ray?
Yeah?
In that case...
Well, good, it's 0 from 0 time dilemma. That's good.
I knew it.
What? Terror?
I think so.
So when we regained consciousness, they were in the studio?
That must be the case. Wait, you didn't notice, Tama? I thought you had X-ray vision.
I thought it was part of the set.
The moving person with a costume, unlike any of the other figures hiding back there?
Anyway, they have a gun?
Yeah, a 50 caliber automatic handgun. That could do some real damage.
Yeah, 50 cal's pretty big for a handgun, right? I don't know a lot about weapons, but that sounds like a lot.
This next bit is just speculation, but Terror headed to the western door and cornered Mame. But then must have heard footsteps coming from the other door. Iris, Kizuna, and Shoma. Of course, Terror probably had no idea who they were. Terror must have said something like,
"Don't tell them I'm here." Look at that getup. Some sort of weird nun demon hunter thing. I don't know what's going on there. It's got a lot of straps. If you do, I'll shoot you.
Then they hid in the set, since their only escape route was cut off.
That's why Amame lied. She couldn't have said anything with terror threatening her.
Probably.
I did it! Oh crap, I got a trophy for that. That means that you do get a trophy for, like, not guessing anything wrong, which means I'll have to go back and do those someday.
What a shame.
It's just annoying because, like, again, I find there to be just, like, some weird quirk to, like, the nature of those, where, like, it only wants you to make, like, impossible leaps of logic and really obvious things, and it, like, alternates them. But, like, anytime you have to, like, basically already have the whole thing solved in order to answer a question to form part of the picture, it's pretty difficult to guess it.
Terror was right there, but we couldn't get them.
There was nothing we could have done. Shoma was the top priority.
Anyway, there's only one thing we need to do.
Go to the hospital?
Let's find Mame. She saw Terror in person. She's a key witness now. Maybe she has some information. Something about Terror we don't know. Maybe a voice or how they walk. Hey, Tama. Where is Mame?
I don't know. Her smartphone is either off or somewhere with no reception.
Ask Tama to call Kazuna, Iris, and Gen to ask if they knew where Mame was. None of them picked up. Oh, that's good.
Hold on.
That's fine and good.
What about your promise?
Wasn't the promise when the investigation was done?
Fine, I'll get checked. And I want to talk to Shoma. He's at home now, right?
At least that's what Tama said before I came into the shrine. I have no idea how Shoma was able to get out of the Ferris wheel. I don't know if it's related to all this, but I had a strong desire to find out.
So we have 3 objectives. Finding Amame, getting checked up at the hospital, and meeting with Shoma.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll tag along.
You're in my skull. I don't know how you would not.
Not to mention today is special for partners. Valentine's Day.
What do you mean?
Do you want
I
chocolate?
don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Oh, does Tama love Ryuki? Oh my god, she's so sassy right now. Look at her pose. Look at whatever this is. Look at what's happening. You tell me. This gesture?
Anyway, let's get going.
Hey, at any time. What food do you make your visiting friends? I don't know. I don't help people who know Japanese cuisine. Help. Gondor calls for aid. What do you think we should get Tama for Valentine's Day? Wrong answers only. You were called Neko. What's the craziest food? Probably, I think, is what we need. I'm slightly unclear. I don't know. Should take her to a Tommy. I don't think we can afford all of a Tommy on our salary, but I suppose that does make it a wrong answer. At least in that respect. I think eel liver soup is craziest. I feel like we answered eel liver soup last time, though. Is that not enough crazy? Oh, I just don't know. I just don't know. I want whoever the other... I don't even know what character I'm trying to get. Alright, let's try it. Okay. It didn't evolve us, but we're at, like, pretty high level crazy. So, map time. Okay, so we can go to the hospital. We can go to, like, probably several locations where we might find Tama, or we can go check on Shoma. I feel like we should go to the hospital first, so we won't do that. You're correct, Nego. You thought it would be crazy, and it was crazy. We gotta, if we're completely unable to figure out where Mame is and no one's helping, then we should see if we can check with Mama. Maybe Mama can ask her Milky Balls where Mame is, and then we can find, like, maybe the spirits will help where technology can't. Sit up straight, Vasco.
Welcome.
I already regret being here.
We aren't open yet, though.
What are you doing back there, Mama?
I've got something for you, Ryuki.
Oh no.
What?
Oh god. It's Valentine's Day. We've made a mistake. We shouldn't be here.
It's hard, and it'll leave a mess all over your hands.
I know exactly what Mom was talking about.
Oh my god, look at True Terror Tama.
It's chocolate.
That's what I was going to say.
It's Valentine's Day. I wanted all my customers to get some.
You mean chocolate, right? You mean chocolate, right? When did Mama come into this game? Last Saturday, I think? Alright, X-ray the box? Inside the box is something hard. Play with it too much and you'll be left with a mess on your hands. Great, thank you for that. Let me check on her. There, it's the balls, thanks. Oh, we might as well sync with her. Yeah, right? I want to X-ray the box. I don't know why I can't X-ray the box. Yeah, I mean, it's Valentine's Day, and she just gave us chocolate, so obviously we should see what she's thinking, and it'll be fine.
Oh, you want to know why there are 2 balls?
I don't know that I do.
This way, I have a spare if one stops working.
I don't think that's the reason. Okay, great. Hi, Haggis. Welcome to the stream. You're just in time for whatever that was. And yeah, I don't know why well, I do know exactly why we're making the implication that we would play with the chocolate, Sarah. It may not be chocolate. I don't think we're talking about chocolate. I'll say that. Oh no, Haggis, I'm sorry that you have now tested positive for the capital V virus. There's no safe place from it anymore. It's just like truly everyone's there now. Neko asks, why does Mama keep tickling the balls? Again, I feel like I know the answer to that question, but I don't know that you actually want the answer to that question. Do you know where Mama is?
I don't follow.
I see you two are a man of culture, Haggis. I understood that reference. You have purchased tickets to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour.
Did she get into trouble?
She may have come into contact with terror. She might have valuable information.
Or she might be dead. You know, 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Well, okay then. Let's ask the big milky balls.
You're just in time, Haggis. I can't stress enough that you are exactly on time.
Could you call them something else?
Oh, mighty balls, who has the softest, bounciest skin in all the land? That is Mama, of course. That's right. Oh, you know it.
Who gives a shit?
I agree.
Now, serious mode this time.
I think she just spanked one of them. I don't feel great about that.
Oh, balls, the great and powerful. Please find someone for me. Her name is Amame Doi. Where is she right now?
You should go to the Nice Japan branch. You should gain some valuable information there.
I mean, I should, but will I?
Ooh. How was it?
I don't. I'll just tell you whatever you want to hear. What do you want to hear?
Thanks, that was helpful. The nice Japan branch.
Are you going to take her seriously?
Not necessarily, but it won't hurt to check, right?
Any information about the HB case?
Information, huh? Oh, I saw something online. There's this creepy video going around. Do you know about it?
Please don't show it to me. I'll utter nonsensical Japanese and then black out.
Are you talking about the Nirvana trial?
No, not that one. There's another one.
Another
It
one?
was released at midnight.
That's bad news.
It's called Nirvana X.
Oh no, I think Nirvana Initiative was some sort of plan, you guys.
X?
That's right.
X gonna give it to you. What is it? Unclear. Hopefully not Milky Balls.
Ryuki, I looked it up. Once again, the original uploader is anonymous.
Don't you dare play that video. You know what will
It's
happen.
just like that QR video. I thought it might have something to do with the HB case.
Mama, did you watch the video?
Yeah, I have it saved on my smartphone. Wanna see?
No, Ryuki, don't do it. Something bad might happen again.
Oh my god, I can ask her to watch Nirvana X. Should we do that? YouTube videos that have been released so far have not included anything that would induce a subliminal effect. But that doesn't mean they're safe. There is a possibility that there was a special production technique that only works on people like Ryuki, who have suffered some kind of trauma. Slightly specific, the subliminal effect is a phenomenon in which a stimulus... Oh my god, why are these so long? These must be shorter in Japanese. It's a phenomenon in which a stimulus is given below the threshold of human perception, causing unconscious desires and emotions to arise in the person. That's not even trivial. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly my immediate concern, Neko. It's not so much watching the cursed video that will make us do cursed things, but just, like, looking at Mama's smartphone seems, like, objectionable. Oh, X gonna give you chocolate for Valentine's Day? That sounds nice. It's true. I do know that chat's favorite thing is for us to utter nonsense and then black out, so I guess we might as well watch another cursed video, right?
Mama, please?
Ryuki!
Okay then. I'm going to stream it on the screen over there. It's probably better to watch it on a bigger screen. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Clickety-click.
Eyeballs. Blech. $215,1200. Hang on. That might be the null number? Maybe? In context, that might be the null number? It is a piece of information I still need in order to open a branch of the universe that I might need in order to end the flashback to 6 years ago. I don't know why it would be presented so thusly.
What did I tell you?
What did you think would happen?
I warned you!
Huh? I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe. We're still in the presence of Mama. Can you really be okay? Welcome, Ice Bunny. How are you doing this very, very early morning? Is that right? Very early morning where you
Don't
are?
scare me like that.
Can't do anything with the box of chocolate. I feel like I want to do something with it.
Judging by
video.
the name, it's gotta have something to do with the Nirvana Initiative.
Did we talk to her about the Nirvana Initiative? Why does she know that name?
The incidents at Shinjuku might be related too.
4:20 a.m. That's one of those fun internet numbers. Congratulations.
What incidents?
Well, one example is what happened with that rocket.
I don't want Mama to talk about rockets.
Luckily, there weren't any casualties. Anyway, I think that was like a test run for the initiative.
What do you think you know about the Nirvana Initiative? You're acting like an authority. I feel like you have no information.
We don't know anything for sure. Where the actual show will happen, who's behind it, and why. We don't know any of the details.
I'm sorry, show? What are you talking
We
about?
do have a clue as to when, though. The Nirvana X video. There were 2 codes on there. One of them was 215-1200.
The other one was like a bunch of letters that didn't immediately mean anything to me, but could probably be decoded somehow.
I think it's a date and a time.
Yeah, could be, yeah, February 15th, so tomorrow at noon, presumably, as opposed to midnight, which would traditionally be represented as 0000.
February 15, 12 p.m.
Yeah, noon tomorrow.
The date and time when the Nirvana Initiative will begin.
There's not much time.
This makes it slightly less likely that this would be the null number, but I still have it written down because I need a number.
What about the letters?
I'm not sure about that one.
Well, it's not, I mean, like, C, G, T, and A are, like, genetic letter codes. You know, Gattaca and all that. But there's definitely some other letters in there that can't be accommodated that way. I wonder what the cipher would be for this. The fact that there's repeating letters is a little interesting. Means you might be able to intuit what the words are if you were thinking about it the right way. Oh, a double letter, and then another one, and then a double letter? That feels weird. I feel like there's a lot of words like that. Might not be as straightforward as that.
The numbers represented a time and date, so I'm guessing those were for a location.
There's a comma, so yeah, it could be like a place, comma, Tokyo or something like that.
A location.
I don't think I can leave this scene without thanking Mama for the chocolate, and I hate that fact.
Ryuki, wanna see a video of balls getting hit with a hard stick?
Why?
Ooh, I'm curious.
It's just billiards. Thanks for the chocolate. I appreciate it.
That liquor is called Honey's and Honey's Whiskey. There's also Jekyll and Hyde number 0 Scotch.
Don't thank me, honey. Just don't forget to get me something on White Day.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Well,
I think we all know the answer to that question.
you can return the favor.
Meaning?
Birdseed, right? Am I understanding White Day correctly?
Something hard that will leave a mess all over my hands.
Permanent marker. Oh my god. Tom was using, like, adoring face.
We have a lot to think about now.
Let's get a move on.
I'm permitted to leave. Sure is. Alright, where do we want to go? I mean, if we were doing an actual investigation, presumably I would just go across the street to Brahmin, because they're, like, literally in the same alleyway. But we could go visit Shoma, we could go to a bunch of these places that, like, we're hoping maybe have Mame at them. Why can we go to the Kumakura office? Why is that currently an option? We could go to the hospital, or we can go to Nai's. We can't go back to Marble. That's not how things work. Sadly, we can't go to where the shoes are buried. It's funny, he says, when you want to be mean, you could give Posca pens, because they can explode paint. I'm not familiar with them, but, like, that seems like a great thing to get. Because if it can explode, that definitely fits the criteria that Mama just provided. Former thug owns the studio. Well, yeah, but, like, I wouldn't expect to find him at the Kumakura office. In fact, we know his girlfriend works at Sunfish Paga. It literally seems to make more sense that we would go there looking for him, right? He, like, supposedly doesn't work for the Yakuza anymore. Iris could be there, but, like, that doesn't seem like the most obvious place to find her. I don't happen to recall what day of the week it's supposed to be, so I don't know if it's a school day, but, like, Lemnis Gate still exists. We already rendered the environment known as her house. It feels like a real long shot that we would find her there, particularly because I'll remind you that we tried calling all the people we wanted to ask about Mame's location and none of them answered. It'd be one thing if they replied being like, oh, I'm at the Kumakura office. Yeah, now I'm just curious about that. Let's find out. Let's find out what the game wants us to believe is the reason this is happening. Well, no one seems to be here. Out of the ordinary.
Hey, Ryuki, what's up?
I like that these guys are on, like, such a friendly basis with the police.
I wanted to ask you something.
Did we sync with MoMA? How you doing?
Bad. Tonight, Tessa is gonna have a Valentine's Day stream. Oh, thinking about it makes my heart dance. Oh, I'm so excited.
About Mame.
You talking about a Mame Doi? Tessa's friend?
See, to this point, I've had no reason to think you even know who she is.
So you know her?
Of course. I know everything about Tessa. So what about Mame?
I know a concerning amount about Tessa.
She might have some valuable information about the case. I'm trying to find her. Do you happen to know where she is?
Sorry, I got no idea.
Don't know why we came
I
here.
see.
Why are you even asking me?
Yakuza have connections all throughout the underworld, so I thought you might know something. Anything would help. Rumors, anything.
Rumors, huh? So our parent group, the Uchisaki, there's this higher up that's connected to NICE. I did hear something from him, the president of NICE Japan, Tokiko Shigure. She was in a relationship with the head of Horidori Institute.
Ew!
Horidori.
I don't like this information.
What?
Of course, this isn't recent. We're talking
Why is she not doing the hand
decades
stuff?
ago.
Is there like a point before he looked like and acted like that?
Back then, Tokiko wasn't even the boss. She was just some grunt at NICE. But Chikara, on the other hand, was pretty high up the ladder at NICE. Used his newfound power to get with Tokiko.
That's kosher.
Back when she was in her 20s, I heard she was a hottie. But like I said, she was young and naive. Chikara basically tricked her.
This is a pretty detailed rumor, just for the record.
He was married at the time, even had kids.
The rumor only gets more upsetting. Not only did he somehow have a relationship with Tokiko, but, like, he already had, like, a marriage and children. Ew.
Tokiko was his mistress. Real secret relationship type shit.
Oh, by the way, it's Tamagotchi time. What skill can defeat an old man? Okay, again. It's just, like, probably among all of these branches, like, half of these options are things I just don't... well, how would I... The rumor comes out. Does Chikara have kid with Tokiko? Yes, unfortunately, probably. Like, that seems to be what we're implying, mostly because it feels weird that we would get involved with information about her relationship history if it's not relevant to the mystery child from her sink, which is probably Gen. Dude, I don't know. How would I know? How would I know? This annoys me. My instinct says that it would either be Yoko Shiho Gatame or Osatogari, because one is a especially long name and one is an especially short name, and either one suggests something that is out of the ordinary and thus might be crazy by comparison. But that's a real shot in the dark. It says, I would say Tomoe Nage, as that's a throwing technique and might be more fun to watch. But does that make it crazy? I think we're gunning for crazy. I don't know if that's actually correct. Seeing as we seem to have non-experts on what appears to be judo, I think I'm going to trust my instincts and go with one of these extreme versions. Alright, chat's making a pretty compelling argument that if Tomoe Nage, or however that's correctly pronounced, is, like, fully throwing your opponent, doing that to an old man may be considered extreme. Okay. Alright, that didn't get us crazy. We still haven't digivolved. I feel like this is the most questions we've ever been asked at one stage, and I don't know what that implies. How is this still happening? Hold on. Oh, it's very long. That's... Oh my god, look how long this is. What? Are you joking? The Ujisaki family is a diabolical criminal group. Basically, they earn their income through illegal activities in the underworld. Duh? But they also seem to be receiving requests for work from secret societies. It seems that they have connections with the Freemasons. You know, Freemasons, a fraternal society said to have been created in the late 16th or early 17th century. They have members all over the world. They call each other brother, and they operate from the Grand Lodge, their headquarters. The symbol of their fraternity is a builder's square and a compass, the tools of masonry. Oh, and one more thing. The Eye of Providence is also famous. It's a triangle with the shape of an eye in it. The design is also considered one of the symbols of Freemasonry. By the way, there's a story that the Boy Scouts of America was also created by Freemasons. The Boy Scouts of America is ostensibly an organization that seeks to improve the character of its members to make good people even better. But actually, 9999999 error. I don't know what that was. I want to check the log. How big does that look? Yeah, it's like huge, right? Like... That's weird. About Tokiko and Chikara.
Yeah, that's all I know about that.
Uh-oh, Ditto says my brother-in-law is part of the Freemasons and also part of the Boy Scouts of America. Are you being straight with me right now, Ditto? Are both of those things actual facts, or are you joking? I don't want any of the conspiracy theories from this game to be true, but at the same time... all I'll say is milky balls, you know?
I do have some more dirt on Chikara. This was also decades ago, but Chikara went to child service agencies all over Japan and got something from them.
What?
DNA samples.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume he's a creepy geneticist.
He said it's for DNA treatment or something, but I don't buy it. My guess is he was doing something shady. Horodori Institute was real sketchy back then.
Tokiko and Chikara in an illegitimate relationship.
And Chikara getting kids' DNA. Let's figure it out later.
We still need to find Mame.
We didn't explicitly know he was, like, going around getting children's DNA, but, like, we knew that, like, the organization was doing something so sketchy that it created a major scandal to the point that the Institute had to be shut down, only to be reconstituted later when people forgot about it. That's when he says, I thought the Scouts are a paramilitary training for kids. It comes from South Africa. I mean, I don't know a lot about Boy Scouts, but I don't know that to be true. Ditto also confirms 100% facts. Wow. You know what you should do next time you see him, Ditto? You should just hit him with one of these and just see how he reacts to that. So I was able to sync with Mama, and then I have an opportunity to sync with Moma again, so, like, it shouldn't be prohibitive for me to see what he's thinking, which I assume is about Tessa.
Oh shit, a shooting star. I want chocolate from Tessa. I want chocolate from Tessa. I want chocolate. Damn it, I couldn't sit a third one in time.
Ball. Well, we were just talking about Tokiko. Let's go to Nice Japan Branch. I think this is the first time we've seen the room from this angle. Hey, is that who I think that is? I mean, there's that, like,
It was 2
weird...
days ago that Tokiko's body was found here.
Here's the weird detective we introduced only for this game.
The investigation is still ongoing.
So, what are you planning on doing here?
I don't know. Ghosts told me I learned something interesting, though.
Mommy wouldn't be here.
I didn't come here expecting to find Mame.
You should go to the Nice Japan branch. You should gain some valuable information there.
Not enough finger wiggling for accuracy.
What valuable information could be here?
I don't know, but let's look around.
Go ahead and ask this guy his name. And at some point, you'd better believe we're going to wink sync with him.
So that's how it's gonna be. Well, I suppose it's not that bad. Is this getting a little too scripted?
I don't know what you're referring to.
That's what the people want.
Oh no. I think Kaniza believes in simulation theory and has become a frayer who's self-aware of the game that he exists
Anyway, my name is
Kagami!
That's my line.
in. Someone cut him off? Let's deal with that later. Is Tokiko's laptop. Was that here the last time we came here? Hi, detective. Any clues?
It's not a lead or anything, but it is interesting.
What is?
It's gonna take some time to prepare. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Yeah, let's ask this guy if he knows anything about Mame. I'm sure he even knows who that is.
Who?
This girl.
When did we gain the ability to do this? What's happening? Now we're Pearl from Steven Universe? We can just project holograms from our skull?
No, I don't know where she is.
I see.
The image of a mommy that appeared on Ryuki's hand, that was a hologram shot out of my left eye, even though it was on the right side of his body. How cool am I, huh? So yeah, we're Pearl now. Can we make a spear? That would be fun. Did you search the space downstairs? I assume he means the cathedral.
Hmm? You talking about the underground cathedral? It's off limits right now. There's concerns that it might collapse.
So you don't know about the box?
The box?
There was a box there with a strange-looking device.
It dosed me with drugs so that I failed to catch the culprit.
Tama, can you show the image?
Sorry, I don't have it.
What?
Ryuki, when you went to the cathedral, you fell off the bridge, remember? The impact caused me to lose some of my memory. I was only able to recover up to finding Tokiko's body in the president's office.
No backups?
No, it's a plot point that there's no backups.
Because it was so deep underground, there was no signal down there.
Did we need a secondary explanation? Haven't we, like, not established that the servers are back online after, like, 4 days?
Think of it, there were some network problems.
Yeah.
Exactly, so I couldn't upload the data to the cloud.
Okay. Damn. Why does that matter if there were network problems to begin with? Why does the depth of the cathedral matter? That's fine. Let's talk to our friends. Gosh, what was that name again?
Did you forget already?
Yeah, I talked to that guy and I learned I could shoot holograms out of my head. I do apologize.
Fine. My name is Kagami.
Where's the body?
The body is long gone for the autopsy. It really is a shame.
Autopsy.
She was killed right before her birthday.
Curious as to whether that's relevant. Let's check the file real quick. Is her birthday on Valentine's Day? Or was it like the day before? Because I think she died like 2 days ago? Oh, top of second page. February 15th. Legs, flow of water, flow of time, X, presumably from Mega Man X. Diamond shapes, bugs, parentheses, glitches. Dislikes, none. Alright, there's inherently something suspicious about that. Skills, prophecy. Overview. The president of NICE Japan, a believer in simulation theory. She sincerely believes that the world she lives in is fake and was created by someone. She has no interest in living a long life in this world. Mega Man X is fire. Indeed. Yeah, you mean her party at noon. I guess, right? It's on the 15th. I mean, the funny thing is, so, like, she said, or, like, I'm not gonna let this go. Earlier, she gave us, like, crazy eyes and then said, like, if I die, I'll just resurrect myself. At this point, I'm convinced that she's gonna show up to, like, MC the ceremony on the 15th. This big, like, Nice Laws thing happening. It's, like, relatively high profile. She's just gonna be there, and it's just gonna act like it's no big deal.
Tokiko's birthday is February 15th. There was a huge party planned for her here. It really is such a shame.
Let's ask about Mame. Does he know who that is?
Do you know this girl? Her name is Amame Doi.
Oh, I know her. She's a mermaid at Sunfish Pocket.
A fellow of culture, I see.
That's true, but how do you know that?
Oh, well, I've been there a few times.
There was a murder investigation there, last year. Don't worry about it.
I wanted to investigate the day-to-day lives of young women.
That's a way creepier answer.
As an inspector?
I need to know what's in. It's an important part of being an inspector.
That's a tough sell.
Do you know where she is now?
No, I wouldn't know.
It would be insanely funny to me if he was the character out of anyone in the game who just knew where she was. It's like, are you actually, like, fully stalking her? Like, now I'm a little concerned.
I can tell you that she isn't working right now, though. I heard from another girl that she hasn't been feeling well recently.
Right. It's unlikely that she'd be at Sunfish Pocket. Mame saw Terror at the studio. And right after that, she saw Komeji's body. It's unlikely she'd be at work with all that going on.
Oh, is he gonna show me that thing?
That's what I mentioned to you earlier.
Oh, please go ahead.
Look at that pond over there.
Take a look at this photograph. She's doing the hand sign.
It's Tokiko's hologram. Her laptop was in the desk.
The files were in the computer in the desk.
There's a program running. This. I think it's some software aimed at these cultists. Needless to say, it's just an image, so she can't really interact with you.
I like that he felt the need to specify that, as though otherwise I would, like, go up and touch her face or something.
But she does talk. lectures, even. If you give her a topic, she'll give some pre-recorded response.
I can imagine a universe where this is canon to the Zero Escape games, and that amuses me.
You could choose from 4. Moksha, gain. Form is emptiness, and the allegory.
Of course, the allegory of the cave. That's good. That's classic.
There's other data in there too somewhere, but it'll take time to get at.
Does that mean I'm going to ask her about all 4 of those things, because that's how the dialogue system works? It sure is! Before I do that, I just want to make sure the game doesn't cut me off from wink syncing with, oh gosh, what was his name?
Ka. K-A.
Okay. Ka!
Ga. G-A.
Okay. Ga!
Me. M-I.
Okay. Me! So all together, that's Anisa, right? I already know his name. I think I need to ask again. Pretty sure I know his name. Probably don't need to ask. His name is... what was it again?
Very well. Mr. Ryuki, you can give me a nickname.
Oh, this is so dumb, but I love it so much.
That way, you won't forget.
A nickname, huh? Something easy to remember would be good, right?
Do I get options to pick from?
How about Kagami? That's an easy nickname to remember.
That's so incredibly stupid.
Why me?
I don't know where this came from, but that person needs a raise. Like, clearly this was popular enough to be a repeated feature, not just in the first game, but, like, in demand for the sequel. And so it can't just be amusing to me, and so this person needs a raise. Let me just go ahead and real quick, like, see what's in his mind.
This has become a difficult situation. There are many factors to consider, taking into account probability and all. Oh, what dating app should I use?
Poor Kanisa. An inspector is checking something. Alright. Guys, it's time for nonsense. I'm gonna start with Moksha. I feel like I should know what that is, and I don't immediately recall.
Moksha, or enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
One is only truly free when free from all desires.
Sounds like a Klingon word, but not a Klingon concept.
But this state of mind is not something that can be easily defined or described in words. It is implicit knowledge. It is not something you can understand without experiencing it for yourself.
Hey, Sherry and Dave, who are my sister and brother-in-law. Welcome to the stream. We just found a hologram of a dead person, and we're going to ask her pre-recorded answers she gave to philosophical questions. We're just watching Star Trek 3. Lots of Klingon. Well, you're right on time. Explicit knowledge, not something you can learn to understand without experiencing it for yourself. That makes sense.
Imagine, for example,
an egg?
Someone who has never seen the color red.
Okay.
It is impossible to explain to that person what the color red is.
Yes.
You can't truly understand the redness of the color red until you experience it. Moksha is similar in this way. So how can you reach moksha? Among Hindu followers are those known as the sadhu. They follow a strict spiritual path of penance in an attempt to reach moksha. For example, one may stand on just one leg for decades, or try to roll across the entire Indo-Chinese continent.
Don't know that I would expect that to have the desired result, but you could.
One may live on a bed of nails. Another might strike his head upon a pillar thousands of times.
That one's definitely going to get a strong result. Again, I'm not sure if it's moksha.
Among Buddhists, there are the ascetics. They perform a 1,000-day circumambulation, walking 30 miles a day around steep mountains. And they chant the mantras without pausing to eat, drink, or even sleep for 9 whole days. It is said that the founder of Zen Buddhism, the monk Bodhidharma, sat cross-legged facing a wall without rest for 9 years straight.
Well, define rest.
But how do all these things achieve moksha? Is it because pain and penance cause your desires and thoughts to dull and disappear? That may be part of it. Or is it perhaps the state of nothingness that comes over you upon achieving these feats? One may come to the conclusion that desires themselves are illusory. Nyes has a slightly different interpretation.
I bet.
Do you know how a debugger finds bugs in games?
What a charmingly abrupt transition.
They try to run into walls over and over and over again.
I mean, speedrunners do that too, but for very different purposes.
They go to places that normal players won't go, or leave the game on for days. They do things that normal players don't do. Unpredictable actions that the programmers failed to anticipate. That is how bugs that weren't even considered in the planning stages are found. Does this remind you of anything? Hitting your head on a pillar 1,000 times? Sitting toward a wall for 9 years?
I mean, when you put it in that context, that sounds like the thing from Castlevania 2, where you have to, like, equip the white crystal and then, like, crouch facing a wall for, like, a few seconds so that, like, a tornado descends from the sky and, like, takes you to an actual, like, necessary game objective. That's, like, not a glitch. That's, like, actually just how you beat that game.
What if these actions were not anticipated by the creator? What if these actions uncovered bugs in the real world? What if they revealed the seams? In other words, these practitioners of the extraordinary are trying to find the seams, find them and achieve enlightenment. Learn the secret of this world, the truth.
Now, granted, the comparison to debugging is perhaps a bit reductive, but I like the argument there. That's a little interesting.
And so we believe that moksha is this journey.
Well, anytime. What martial art are you good at? Muay Thai, Capoeira, Sistema, or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? I'm, like, really at a loss for what we're even trying to do now. We've upped our crazy score so high, and it hasn't caused the expected result. The concern I have is that, like, my interpretation, which may be false, is that Date is achieved by having an increased score of brave and impish, I think? So, like, maybe I need a higher loving score for crazy to matter? But, like, how am I even gonna figure out... Like, how do I know what any of these are? Why do you suggest, Capoeira? Multiple people have said this. I'm not familiar with it. I know of Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't think I know anything about Sistema, and I feel like I've heard of Capoeira, but I don't know anything about it. Because it's cool, but cool isn't one of the 4 scores! Oh, it's a dancing martial art. Huh. That does sound interesting. One of my favorite contestants from a past season of So You Think You Can Dance was, like, a martial artist who was just like, you could make dancing into movement. He was underappreciated. Dance fighting also sounds a little bit like Zack the Black Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That gave us loving. Did that help? We got Moma! We did it, everyone! We got a new character again! I became an adultie! Thanks for talking to me so much, E! Alright, we'll leave him around for a while so he can ask us a couple questions. And then we'll reset it and try to get new ones. So far we haven't gotten a duplicate, which is, frankly, extremely remarkable. Alright. Bodhidharma meditated in the direction of the wall for 9 years. There have been idioms created about this. Since he was in the same position for so long, his limbs rotted off. Which is why the Daruma dolls sold in stores look the way they look. Oh, that's... Oh. Oh. What it reminds me of is... There's some now old, documentary. I think it was about string theory, or maybe it was like quantum physics, or maybe it touched on both or something. But there was like some documentary I remember seeing a long time ago that like postulated that if one was to lean against a wall for like essentially an endless amount of time, they would eventually be able to phase through the wall because the configuration of the molecules in the wall would line up such that you would just like pass through it by happenstance eventually. But like we're talking on like some absurd scale of time, if I recall. Obviously not like minutes or something. This one he says the slave people in Brazil made up capoeira to hide the fact that they were training to fight to defend themselves. That's why it looks like a dance. That's a really interesting fact. Thank you for sharing that, Ice Bunny. You've seen that documentary? Yeah, I can't recall exactly what it was. I feel like it was like a PBS thing, which is weird because I don't usually watch that kind of thing. But like, I remember watching like multiple parts of it, and I found it really interesting. And that, of like all the things in it, like really stuck with me because it was like kind of funny, but also interesting. All right, that's one down. Let's do form is emptiness. I feel like I want to end on game. I don't know if it's a meme or if it's, you know, like we're aware we're in a video game or something like that. That's delicious. Thank you for gifting 5 subs. That's so many. To No Floor, No Ceiling, Danochrome, King of Diaper People, Gun Wizard, and Albeck. Belk? Some of those names I recognize as people who haven't been here in a minute. Thank you, Demolition, for your generosity in support of the stream. Form is emptiness.
Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. So reads the doctrines in Buddhist scriptures. Emptiness is not separate from form. Form is not separate from emptiness.
Okay.
Whatever is form is emptiness. Whatever is emptiness is form. Emptiness is sometimes translated as void or nothingness. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form.
Now, the King of Diaper People is definitely here. I remember that name because I was like, you're sure about that? That's like your screen name?
Everything in this world is false. False is this world to the core. Shotok Taishi, who spread Buddhism in Japan, said something similar.
Well, if that's like a Buddhist teaching, and he was teaching Buddhism, that doesn't seem unusual.
All is false. Buddha is truth. The first part of the quote is self-explanatory. The latter requires context. Buddha, in this instance, is being used as a substitute for the general concept of enlightenment, Bodhi, Satori. Thus, the quote can be interpreted to mean, the sole truth of this world is enlightenment. Everything else is a falsehood.
I'll allow that logic. That follows.
I will give another example. The butterfly dream, a famous legend told by Xuangtzu, one of the founders of Taoism. One day, Xuangtzu was a butterfly in a dream. He awoke from his dream with a question. Was his being a butterfly a dream? Or is this world he awoke in a dream? Many notable people in history have had similar thoughts. These same questions have been passed down for thousands of years.
I feel like these are interesting questions to pose against the notion of somnium, which isn't a dream in a literal sense, but like creates a unique reality based on like the subconscious mind of the people that we put into the sink chair. I don't imagine that the game will like directly juxtapose those ideas, but like I like that it gives you cause to think about them, I guess.
Why is that? Could there be a truth hidden in all this?
Has anyone ever seen the show Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction? It was like a fairly obscure, like, sci-fi horror anthology show on Fox, I think, in like the early 2000s, hosted by Jonathan Frakes. And there's some really great meme compilations about how he introduces every story segment with some kind of hypothetical question, like along these lines, except that they're like way dumber. Like look it up on YouTube if you're interested. I found it to be an interesting show. It was sort of like a low rent, like at the time modern day Twilight Zone kind of thing. But the notion is like because the big question was like fact or fiction, like it would take supernatural accounts that people had and like take some creative license, but like make that into a short story. But then they would also just like straight up like make up stories that were similar, and then at the end they would tell you which ones were like at least based on a factual account, which like isn't necessarily to say that like things happened exactly that way or whatever, but like it was really interesting. It had a revival in Germany, but it obviously doesn't have Jonathan Frakes hosting, right? Okay, the allegory of the cave.
The allegory of the cave is a story first told by Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher. There are prisoners imprisoned in a dark cave.
What do you mean it did? Wait, they did like a Halloween special for Germany? That sounds insane.
These prisoners have never witnessed the outside world. All they can see are shadows projected on the walls in front of them.
I like this depiction of the allegory of the cave. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to picture the explanation.
Merely the shadows of grass and trees, flocks of birds. Even families of deer would be shown from time to time. But the prisoners who have never seen the outside world believe these shadows to be the truth, reality they do not doubt or question. One day, one of the prisoners unchains themselves and escapes the cave. They see real grass, real trees, real flocks of birds, and real deer. At that time, they saw the world as it truly is. Overwhelmed with emotion, they head back to the cave to tell the other prisoners of their discovery.
Everything we've seen until now have been shadows, false images. The outside world is completely different.
None of the other prisoners believe the escapee. Have they gone insane? They laugh. Do you understand this allegory? The escapee was enlightened with the truth and reached moksha.
Guess it's a good thing we picked moksha first.
So what about you? Do you plan to live your days chained in a cave, scraping by a living in a world of falsehood and fraud? Or do you plan to join us? The decision needs to be made. Please demonstrate your determination.
It's funny, he says, Plato is asking what is reality. Yes, Tokiko here, the woman depicted by this hologram, has a lot of philosophical questions because she so strongly believes that all of reality is a simulation and thus itself is not real. And so a lot of the things that she will talk about, whether when she was alive or in this now recorded hologram form, have to do with questioning reality. One left. Game.
This world is a simulation. Thus, its creator must have created with intention. This intention we can never know for certain, but we can surmise and we can estimate. Imagine you attempt an action, but that action is prevented by something incomprehensible to you.
Oh, I could probably make like a dozen comments just based on my experience playing this particular game alone.
It is reasonable to assume that action was something not considered by the creator. Contrarily, if you attempt an action and feel yourself compelled by some otherworldly force, it is probably something the creator did expect.
What's that quote from King's Quest 6? Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Like rats, trapped in a maze. Go in the wrong direction and receive a shock. Go in the right direction and receive a prize. Considering this, perhaps this simulation is actually a game. A game about escaping this inscrutable maze.
But would you say that there is zero escape from the maze?
Can you win this game? The creator probably wants you to.
I like that I would say that's enough to the hologram. Stop talking, hologram.
Well, that sure was something. Didn't help much, though.
Not necessarily. This information might come in handy later.
Heh, if you say so.
Anyway, there was no information on Amame. Let's go somewhere else.
The fact that we were directed to come here in a fashion similar to what was just described to us, where, like, a mysterious force directs you to do something, it's something that the creator wanted you to do. The fact that we were directed by in-world spirits to come here and learn something important suggests something in that information was relevant. Yeah, but you know what? After hearing all that philosophy, I feel like I need to get my head checked. Funny, says, in Plato, the reality is the idea of an object. The reality and not the physical object you can touch. Oh, going to the hospital made us immediately have a brain incident. Do we black out? Do we, like...
I'm glad we had an open room for you. It's quiet here. You should be able to relax and focus on your treatment.
I'm pretty sure this is the same nurse from the end of the first game. It was also... We saw her in, like, someone's wink sync, didn't we? I don't recall who now.
Treatment?
Oh, you don't have to worry about the paperwork for your stay here.
Oh, I don't like that. That's... I mean... I assume they have, like, universal healthcare, but, like, paperwork still sounds like it's a part of that. When you tell me I don't have to do the paperwork, it sounds like a cult thing, or like you're gonna experiment on me. Like, I don't like that.
We'll handle everything.
Hold on. My stay here? What are you talking about?
You don't remember?
Remember what?
This is troubling.
This is troubling. Oh, you're right. It was the masked girl. Because, like, she was like, oh, you should be glad that the doctor took you on. And, like, I know he was kind of mean, but, like, we're trying to help you or whatever. Who are you, nurse?
My name is Hana Yonasu. I'm a nurse at this hospital. I used to go by a different name.
You got married?
No, the opposite. I got a divorce. So I'm going back to my maiden name.
Stay at hospital?
Mr. Ryuki, do you remember getting a checkup? I'm sure the doctor would have told you everything.
No, I have no idea.
I see. Then I'm afraid I'll have to be the bearer of bad news.
You need expensive nanorobots that go pew pew!
Mr. Ryuki, you have what we call cognitive dysfunction.
It's colloquially known as uh-oh brain.
Sometimes you'll forget what time it is or where you are, even lose track of the people around you. It's all part of your condition. In addition to that, we believe that you have a short-term memory disorder.
Tama, is this true?
Yes, it is.
Okay, but so this suggests that Tama has known this diagnosis for as long as we've known Ryuki as a character? It feels like that's information he should have, right? Like, that feels like a thing you should tell him.
This is difficult for me to say, but your condition is very serious. We need to begin treatment immediately. I'm going to get the files. I'll be right back, so please wait here. Excuse me.
Man, I was gonna wink sync with her. I thought we'd get that whole conversation.
Okay, I went to the hospital like I promised. Now let's get going, Tama.
What are you talking about?
But she just said...
That nurse told you that you need to stay here.
I don't have time for that. I need to solve this case. Please, Tama, just 3 more days.
Wait, where are we in the timeline now? Isn't it 2 days again?
I refuse.
Fine, just 1 day. 24 hours is all I ask. Please let me do this. Please. I'll give you some chocolate later.
Are you joking? You know I can't eat chocolate.
No, but if you, like, play with it long enough, it makes a mess in your hands, or whatever.
No, I mean like emotional chocolate.
Ah, fine.
Now I know you have mental
But you're
problems.
only getting 24 hours. Not a second longer.
Got it. 36 hours.
Thanks, Tama.
Literally just gonna, like, leave while the nurse is, like, expecting to, like, set me up here. This says reload this scene. Can I do... No, if I do that, I think I have to do the whole day investigating again. I don't think I want to do that. It's probably not worth it. If it was really important, I don't think I'd be able to leave without doing it. I think they're mostly for fun outside of that. Let's check on Shoma. Let's commiserate with someone else who's probably having some mental health issues right now.
Hey, don't get into Kotatsu without permission.
It's cold out, and I'm cold.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to ask a few things, but before that, Shoma... No, never mind. Don't worry about it.
No, let's not talk about your dead father. I decided not to ask him about what happened at the studio, thus negating probably why I came here, really. It would be cruel to remind him, not to mention I didn't want him running off again. It would probably be best to avoid talking about Komeiji and the interrogation from the cops. I wanted to ask about... Mame. Let's just sync with him.
Dad. Dad. I shouldn't have said that you should die. It's all my fault.
It's not really how stuff works, but... Dude, like, real props to Shoma's voice actor. Like, I've been really impressed with Shoma's voice actor through, like, various different types of expression. Hey, how'd you get out of that Ferris wheel, you little scamp?
Huh? What are you talking about?
The Ferris wheel at Misatan.
I didn't go to Misatan.
What? That's impossible. I definitely saw you get on the Ferris wheel.
Nah, I decided to go to an alternate history where I didn't do that. That's probably why you didn't see me leave.
Maybe you saw my doppelganger? Or maybe my clone.
Your clone?
I mean, honestly, seems somewhat realistic of a concern. We know, again, not from this timeline, but we know that Chikari Horodori was, like, routinely doing some sort of, like, DNA therapy on this kid. And, like, part of that could easily be cloning him.
No, I don't think so. I mean, we may have the technology for it, but I've never heard of any human clones. Not to mention, it's forbidden by law.
The law doesn't mean anything. Not to a psycho like Chikara.
Yeah, this kid gets it.
What do you mean?
Well, we could follow up on that, or I could ask about
Show
490.
Me. You still haven't told me why you lied.
Lied?
About the code for Bats 490. That wasn't referring to Horodori Institute, but you said it was.
Sheesh, can you just let it go? I didn't solve the code.
Interesting. Obviously a different story than what we got the other time. What's the... Oh, yeah, do you know what Komeiji's thing was? I feel like asking about that will definitely upset him, though.
I'm sorry, Shoma. This might be hard for you. But can you tell me about Komeiji? Komeiji picked something up at the rooftop amusement park in Misatan. Something that is meaningful or significant to Terror.
Come to Horodori Institute of Genetics. If you give it back, you'll be rewarded.
You didn't tell me what it was. I thought you might know something.
I would not expect him to.
Sorry, but I have no clue.
I see.
Speaking of Horodori Institute...
Yeah, they're researching cloning, so maybe they secretly made my clone.
Impossible.
I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding about Horodori Institute researching cloning.
just about cloning me.
How do you explain the Ferris wheel then?
Maybe you were seeing things.
Seeing things?
Maybe you got the TC-PERGE.
TC-PERGE? We know what purge is, at least roughly.
Purge? What is that?
Last year, they invented a way to edit genomes called Purge.
What does the TC stand for? That's what's of most interest to
Purge
me.
was developed by Horodori Institute. TC-PERGE is kind of like a virus.
What? Well, I'd love to ask about that, but Moma has a question for me. What can you not throw away? Money, justice, pride, or Tessa figure? I think we all know the correct answer here. Right. Totally. That was also worth crazy points. We have an open evaluation. Oh, from the crime scene. Between streams, I figured out how this system works. So we ranked up, and now we have T-shirt smart, T-shirt cute, former CEO glasses. Now I have to find which one is glowing so I can make it stop glowing. Okay, so about this DNA virus?
People at Horodori Institute called it the organic nanomachine. It acts kind of the way a virus does. When it enters the body, it latches onto bacteria, and a protein complex called CRISPR-Cas-beta is made. CRISPR-Cas-beta can cut, move, and attach certain DNA nucleotide sequences. When it enters the brain, it can even overwrite the DNA structure inside neurons. It can make you see things, make you dance. It makes you do weird things over and over. And on top of that, TC-PERGE multiplies in the body. It takes over the multiplication functions of bacteria and makes copies of itself. And it can be passed to other people with your breath.
Shoma, how do you know all this?
Well, there's just some stuff.
Good, that's a very comprehensive answer that I accept. Do you know where the mermaid is?
Yeah?
Do you know where she is?
I have no idea.
Ryuki,
Oh, great, thanks for
you
giving
can
me
hold off
nightmares.
the Horodori Institute. We need to prioritize.
Yeah, we need to find Mame.
Yeah, I'm sure it's of no consequence, the dark science happening. Well, we know that she's very close with Gen, who I don't want to talk to, but may know where she is, but probably doesn't.
Amame.
I will say that for some reason I'm fascinated by, like, fictional viruses that have sort of like an interesting theoretical application. TC-PERGE sounds like a straight-up nightmare and is very upsetting. But it makes me think of one from a different Ushikoshi game that, like, I just think is a really interesting idea.
She was here earlier.
God, I can't tell you how badly I want to know what's in this man's freezer, despite the fact that I know whatever it is, like, super upsetting. Do you think that, like, the other half of all the victims is in his freezer and he just doesn't know it because he doesn't have the key or whatever?
Really?
She left pretty quick, though.
Oh, Ice Bunny, have you not met Gen before? This is Gen. So he had some sort of congenital condition at birth, so his head developed differently, and he determined that it was so upsetting for people to look upon that he decided to wear a mask. But instead of wearing a mask that would, like, pass at least remotely convincingly as, like, a person, definitely looks like a serial killer disguised from some sort of slasher movie. No, we x-rayed it, Neko. We saw his skull. It's a mask. Why did you not answer my call?
I was so busy today.
We're expecting a lot of customers, so I have a lot of prep to do.
Why are you expecting a rush?
You know about what happened in Shinjuku yesterday?
Only vaguely. Someone made reference to it.
We're actually pretty close to there.
A rocket?
That's right. So anyway, there's tons of people around here now. I thought some of them might stop by here.
Where's Mom,
She said she was headed to Iris's house.
The Sagan household, huh?
Thanks. I've been trying to get a hold of her, but...
Her phone is out of battery. She told me earlier.
I see.
Why are you looking for Amame?
Because she's a beautiful mermaid and I must protect her at all costs. Jane and Mame are close. I can't tell him that there's reason to believe Mame ran into terror. I don't want him to worry about her. I'd rather her just die suddenly without him knowing anything about it. I'll play it off.
You see...
He's gonna assume it's because Valentine's Day? Is that what's about to happen?
It's Valentine's Day today, isn't it? Well, she brought some chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah, why? Is something wrong?
Mame saw terror at the studio. Right after that, she saw Komeji's body. But she still brought Gen chocolate? Well, that was a surprisingly short scene. Unless something weird's about to happen.
Iris, but still no dice.
We should just head to the Sagan household.
Why wasn't that on the list to begin with? Like, that would have made a lot more sense to me as a place to go check out instead of the Kumakura office.
Yeah, good idea.
Gen's in the kitchen with Dinah. Alright, let's go check on Iris, I guess. Hey, look, the model for this location still exists in this game. Also, there's like a lot
I'm
less,
sorry.
like...
I think you're just one step behind.
There's a lot fewer card loading screens in this game. They're obviously still in the game, but there seems to be, like, significantly fewer. With Dahlia? Yeah, I think I misspoke. I think that's what I meant to say. I think Dahlia's hiding all the bodies in his freezer.
Mame was here, but she left with Iris to go somewhere.
So Mame is not home then.
I see.
Alright, let's talk to Iris's mom for reasons. Oh, let's definitely sync with her. Immediately.
I'm sorry, Mame. Iris is taking a long time to get ready.
Dude, I'm really worried about Mame. Like 60+% of the scene she's in, she just has this really distant, traumatized look. And I mean, like, yeah, this is after she found half of a dead Minecraft guy and, you know, was confronted with, like, an actual murderer. But, like, she also kind of just acts like this. Oh my god, I want so badly to ask about Date. I'm so annoyed and concerned about the fact that, like, they really built that up like Date was gonna end up with Hitomi and, like, be Iris's uncle father. And then, like, just, like, almost no reference to it at all in this game. And I'm like, what? Date. Date and Hitomi had a deep relationship. I know that.
Why do you ask?
Well,
I haven't seen Date in a while.
Why not?
I've been waiting for him, but...
Oh my god, that's really upsetting.
I'm sorry to ask such a delicate question.
Like, I had assumed that, like, he did something to offend her so badly that she, like, told him to leave or something. If she just, like, expected him to, like, be uncle father to Iris and he just didn't, like, that's just so depressing.
No, it's okay.
Hey, anything off about Iris and Mame with the whole murder situation? I don't know if they mentioned it.
Anything off about them?
Like a state of shock or panic, maybe?
Let me think. Iris seemed normal.
You have to understand that this is like a baseline for Iris.
But I do recall Mame seemed troubled. She didn't say a word while she was here. Like her head was somewhere else?
I like that she's like, yeah, I guess she was a little quiet, and we, like, literally just, like, did a wink sync with her where, like, Mame was, like, absolutely on the verge of psychological ruin. It's like, yeah, that didn't stand out to me, but I guess she wasn't talking as much as usual.
While Iris was preparing to leave, she just stared off into the distance.
Where did they go?
I'm not sure.
Did they happen to go to the one location I haven't been to
They
yet?
didn't tell me where they were going.
Well, this was helpful.
Sorry to have wasted your time.
There's no such thing as wasting time when you're investigating. Even the most insignificant piece of information could be relevant.
This is a good attitude to have. However, in the context of this game, unsure if this is relevant.
Ryuki, I've never seen you so positive.
Maybe you're a good influence on me. Let's get going. We need to find Mame.
Okay, bye, I guess. Well, I'm gonna assume either they're here or I'm going to find out something relevant here. Like, the expression on Mame's face is the expression I essentially expect Darkest Dungeon characters to have as their resolve is being tested. From having, like, cripplingly low sanity. Ah, good. There's vanilla and strawberry flavored ghosts in the park today.
Doesn't look like a Mame is here.
But wait, Leon is.
Leon is
himself?
obsessed with Kizuna. And Kizuna is a Mame's friend.
Right. You're almost there, Tama.
Yeah, he might know where Mame is.
Let's ask.
Actually animated someone moving.
Oh,
No novel.
you again. What's up?
Do you know a girl named Amame Doi?
Oh, Kizzy's friend. Of course I know her.
Do you know where she is?
Even though it's always non-alcoholic beer, there's still something, like, mildly troubling about the fact that this man cannot be rendered without a can of beverage in his hand.
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I saw her earlier.
Where?
I don't know.
Come on, dude.
Give me 100,000 yen and I'll think about it.
You can't be serious.
I'm low on cash. Come on, Ryuki.
Fine. We'll do this. Leon, do you have a 500 yen coin?
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to look away, and you put it in one of your hands. If I can guess which hand it's in, tell me for free.
And if you're wrong?
I'll pay you.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's do this. Don't peek.
Are we right about to establish why he's always holding a can? He's gonna have the can in one hand and the coin in the other? Is that what's about to happen? I can't decide if I want it to be that stupid or not.
Okay, I'm ready. Guess. Which hand is it in?
Yeah, that works too. You can see Leon's bone structure. Scan both his hands and... It always gets complicated when you do something like this. But it's his left hand, so that should be correct?
Left hand, huh? Are you sure? You can change it if you want to.
Left hand.
Darn it.
See?
How did you know?
Superpowers.
Ugh.
Also, I mean, it's like a 50-50 shot, so, like...
Well, fine. I did make a promise.
God, I wonder what happens if you just, like, choose the wrong hand.
I saw Mame at ION.
ION.
That's the child services facility run by Ryuki Chieda, Kizuna's father.
That's where the shoes are buried.
It's Valentine's Day today, right? We promised to meet up tonight, but I couldn't wait any longer.
I wouldn't say it's a partial refutation of Monty Hall because I'm pretty sure the Monty Hall problem only exists if you don't have X-ray vision.
I want to see Kizzy right now. I don't need to talk to her. Seeing her from afar is enough. So that's why I went to ION.
It's kind of like wanting to watch porn before going to happy ending places.
Mama, why would someone program this into you? Why would you be this way?
I don't think this is anything like that.
Mame was there. Mame, Kizzy, and Iris were talking. They had real serious looks on their faces. I couldn't barge into their conversation, so I left without saying anything.
They were discussing something serious then.
Those three saw Komeji's body at Studio Zavida. Maybe they were talking about that.
Why are you even looking for Mame?
Well, you see...
Wait. Is Mame a suspect in the HB case?
What?
No, it's Valentine's Day, and I want to breach appropriateness or something.
No, that definitely couldn't be it.
Let's sync with this man.
Oh, Kizzy. Yeah, I'm excited for tonight. We should meet. Okay. I'll see you there.
Aw, they're gonna spend time together. What are you drinking?
Thought I told you that before. It's Alfrey. Non-alcoholic beer.
Did you buy that?
Of course I did. Okay, maybe it's true that I did steal a lot before. I know it's nothing to brag about, but they did call me the master of unlocking.
Please stop this.
But that's all in the past.
Did you always steal by yourself?
It depended on what needed stealing. Sometimes I went alone, sometimes in pairs.
Just like Slinky.
If it was a big target, like some mansion in the boonies, I'd go with a team of 5 or 6 guys.
And we were definitely picking locks the whole time.
The leader of the group was a Kumakura. You know them, right? That's how I met Moma, the chairman of the Kumakuras.
Know that he had a connection with them, or is this new information again? I feel like we didn't know that.
I was usually partnered with Quartz.
Uh-oh, who's Quartz?
They were
That sounds
kinda like
ominous.
a bodyguard. Helped me out whenever I got in a sticky situation.
Yeah, they were definitely just picking
Why
locks.
am I even telling you all this? I think I've said too much. Please forget it. It's all in the past. Like...
A date with Kizuna, huh?
Date? I guess it was a date.
Because it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah? Why do you ask?
Nothing. Just...
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty natural assumption. I mean, even though she said she didn't want a relationship to, like, spend time together on Valentine's Day as, like, single people of compatible gender interests, like, seems to track. Although, that may just be her setting another bad precedent, to be fair. Nico says, is Date not in this game because he left his family for the receptionist? No, Date is in this game. He's missing in the present day, which we've spent practically none time in. But he has been in the 6 years ago situation. However, I think you also missed, Neko, that this game also allows you to run away with the receptionist to Itami. So Kizuna saw Komechi's body at the studio, then went on a date with the N? Maybe she had an ulterior motive. Why do you think Mame is a suspect?
Actually, 4 days ago, on the 10th of February, I saw Mame then, too, in front of Horodori Institute.
What?
She didn't notice me, though.
Oh god, we're gonna sync with her, aren't we? And then when we do that, she's gonna die terribly.
Anyway, Mame headed into Horodori Institute by herself. What business does she have at that research facility? That's what I was thinking to myself. I saw another person follow her in right after. It was Tokiko Shigure, president of NICE Japan. I know what you're thinking. Why would you think she's suspect just because of that, right? Well, you're right. I don't even know if Mame and Tokiko saw each other in there anyway. Not to mention Tokiko was killed 2 days ago, on the night of the 12th, so maybe it's got nothing to do with it.
You know, if you recall, there was a point when we were asking Gen about Tokiko and the Nirvana Initiative at Brahmin. And Mame was there, and she reacted, like, really badly to hearing both of those terms. I feel like she tried to play it off like she had, like, casually heard about them on the internet or something, which wasn't super compelling. But if she happened to be the Horodori Institute at the same time that Tokiko went there, like, that's definitely suspicious. Not for necessarily being a suspect as terror reasons, but, like, suggests, like, something weird going on that we don't know about. Only I could remember the time frame of the days well enough to recall. I assume, yeah, that would have happened before that conversation, because the investigation either started on the 10th or the 11th, I think? And, like, it took at least a day or two for that exchange to happen.
Nah, it probably doesn't. Just coincidence. But for whatever reason, it caught my attention. Alright, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna see Kizzy tonight. I need to head to the beauty salon first.
Beauty salon?
Anyway, adios!
This guy looks like he's training to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist.
Why was Mame at Horodori Institute?
4 days ago.
It's interesting that Tokiko was behind her as well. Horodori Institute. I remember.
The goal was to get inside the hidden room inside Horodori Institute.
We totally put that on hold. We need to go search that hidden room. But going now would be pointless. If it's a hidden room, it's gotta be a secret and locked up tight.
Unless it's hidden in plain sight.
They're not just gonna let us in there.
We have X-ray vision and thermographic vision and also plain sight, right?
Anyway, we should focus on the task at hand. Find Amame.
It's mildly amusing to me that every time we go somewhere, Tom was like, that's cool and all, but we should find the mermaid.
Yeah. Leon said he saw her at Iowan.
Something I really want to do when we reach either the next day of the investigation or whatnot. I waited too long. Now I have to do it the hard way. Oop. What tattoos do you want? Dragon. I like dragons too. I have a statue of one in my office. Alright, I think it's time to reset Mame. Burn away to nothing. Thus begins anew the process of trying to unlock all of the characters. Oh, that's interesting. This is a different first question. I think it's always been shrimp first, hasn't it? So I think we need crazy to begin with in order to get the South branch, I think. Because I think Oda is supposed to be impish. I think Mizuki is supposed to be brave. I think Iris is supposed to be loving. We've done all of the branches up and left. We've got one more character on the right. And we have to do the entire South branch. We're actually doing pretty good, all things considered. I don't know what the crazy option of opinion on AI would be. Scary is probably impish or crazy, right? I feel like amazing would be like loving or maybe brave. I don't know what I think of useful or difficult. Difficult could also be impish, I guess. I don't know. Useful's like a weird outlier to me. It's so straightforward, I don't know. Yeah, I think my gut says scary should be crazy. Because, like, it's weird to assume that Skynet is gonna happen or whatever. I just can't, for some reason, the fact that I can't even a little bit guess what I think useful would be is like, could be impish? I don't know, maybe? Maybe. Let's do scary. Okay, that did work. I'm looking to take over the world, E! Okay. Island Guard. Obviously no one's here. She was nowhere to be seen, either with Kizuna or Iris, who were supposedly with her. Well, yes, but that was previously in the day, so they're not necessarily there now. Asked a worker if they saw the three girls. They answered, I saw them here before, but that was a while ago.
Well, we tried. Let's go.
No, wait. That person over there.
Oh, good.
Excuse me.
Let's be super weird about it, Ryuki.
Nice to see you again.
Let's sing.
I need to hurry. If I don't...
Your mask is upside
The
down.
body is the opposite.
What?
Why are you barefoot?
Rats don't wear shoes.
But you're not a rat.
Squeak, squeak.
That would have been, like, a little bit funny, but the fact that the, like, subtitle for that is rat noises, that really gets me for some reason.
Are you really a rat?
Why?
Go again?
Your clothes are worn out.
I forgot to put mothballs in the dresser.
Why are you here? Awesome. 10 out of 10. Definitely nailed that conversation.
Where is it? Where is the main event taking place?
Ah, so you're hunting knives in particular. That tracks.
Main event?
You know, it's at, like,
There she
GGF, CC, something, etc. Yeah, right, Kat? There's something about the precise combination of the voice modulation, the words squeak squeak and rat noises as the subtitle. Just like, really, it's just right.
What was she talking about?
Maybe a Halloween event or something?
Wrong season for that.
Maybe she was talking about that one thing.
What?
Don't make me say it. You know what I mean, don't you?
Mama's trivia. Halloween is all about costumes. Speaking of costumes, makes me think about monsters. Which makes me think about unidentified animals. Uma. I think my favorite Uma is the chupacabra, found in Puerto Rico. I thought that was a Mexican and, like, elsewhere in South America thing. I didn't think it was specific to Puerto Rico. It has big fangs in its mouth and it sucks the blood of humans and livestock. It can jump over 15 feet. Not in any particular direction, just like total. I don't remember the specific height, but it seems to be relatively small in comparison to other monsters. Great. I absolutely don't.
There's no point in paying further attention to her. We should head to...
A different spot.
But we're all out of ideas. After that, we searched all over the city to look for Mame, but ultimately we couldn't find her. We could probably, like, stake out Iris's house to at least, like, ask Iris where she is when she gets home.
Let's give up on finding a Mame for now.
We literally spent, like, an entire day of the 3 allocated to our investigation before we're, like, demoted to beat cop or whatever, trying to do that. And we're like, yeah, you know what? That wasn't important after all.
No, not yet. There's one more place I want to go. I didn't mention it before now because...
You want to go where everybody knows your name?
I thought Considering Mame's mental state, it would be a long shot.
School or Sunfish Pocket?
But May...
Hey, can you just cut to the chase? Where are you talking about?
The maid cafe she works at. She's at the maid cafe, Sunfish Pocket in Akiba.
That's her. She has the best outfit of all the mermaids.
Mame, you were here this whole time? We were looking for you.
Why is Lien here?
Sorry to interrupt, but Mame can't talk right now.
She has aphonia or whatever?
I don't really know how, but she lost her voice.
She must still be struggling with what happened at the studio.
Oh, we're absolutely syncing with her, and it's gonna be so bad.
Then, why is she here at the cafe?
Wait, Lien's here. What is he doing here?
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask her this question. She's just not gonna answer.
I told you, I was going to meet Kizzy today. She wanted to meet here.
Want to meet here.
Where's Kizuna now?
She told me a little bit ago that she's running late. She'll be here after she finishes shopping with Iris.
There's something really special about a girl who wants to go on a date with you to a mermaid cafe. I'm just saying that, like, someone's gonna get used out of those engagement shoots.
Oh, is Iris coming too?
Yeah, it was actually Iris who planned the night out.
This may not be a date.
It was her idea to have a video night at the cafe.
Video night?
What does that mean?
I don't really know, actually. All I know is this wasn't a solo date with me and Kizzy.
Wait, are they just gonna, like, watch, like, horrible dark web videos, like Bats 490 and stuff? It's the end! Alright, I guess I'm gonna ask Amame a bunch of insane questions that she won't answer. Why are you here?
Seeing that you're wearing your outfit, are you working today?
Of course, it's Valentine's Day. There's going to be tons of customers here, and they need as many mermaids as they can get. So her manager begged her to work today.
Even though she can't talk?
She can write.
But...
She can write in ketchup on the omelet rice. Why did you go to Horodori Institute? Waits for panic.
4 days ago, on the 10th of February, you went to Horodori Institute, right? Lien told me.
Hey, come on!
I'm right here, dude!
Why did you go to Horodori Institute? Did you meet Tokiko there?
About that super cool incident.
Hey, what happened at the studio? I just want a clue. Anything at all would be helpful.
I know you saw Terror. That's gonna cheer you up, right?
Mame, you ran into Terror at the studio, didn't you? Did they say anything to you?
Interesting that for most of the game up until now, they've referred to Terror as he. And this time he says they.
Like I said, Mame can't talk right now. I thought I told you.
Yeah, but the game wouldn't let me progress if I didn't ask a bunch of questions.
I don't understand what Mame could be thinking. What's going on in her head?
Why don't you ask her to write something?
Looking at her now, I don't think she'll write anything.
Well, then...
Sync with her.
Yeah, we should ask her heart, using the sync machine.
Dude, her boss is gonna be so mad, though. But it's fine, I guess, because we have, like, unilateral authority to, like, violate people's rights or whatever. Yeah, I think we'll try and fit this in.
Good thing
Man.
Boss and Pewter aren't here.
Oh, good, that'll go well. You know, the fact that, like, Mama's kind of featured in this game, I was excited at some point to do, like, a sync with her. But, like, now, because of the circumstances, and also because every single character that we've synced with has died within, like, 24 hours in this path, don't feel great about this.
I'm sure they'll chew you out later. You know it's a crime to use the machine without permission.
But, like, whose permission?
You could even get fired for this.
It's fine. If I get results, boss won't care.
Now that I truly believe. Sometimes people say stuff like this and I don't believe that's true, but like with boss, that's like 100% true.
You think so?
Like 100%.
Tama, can you control the machine? You can do it remotely, right?
Are you really going to do this?
What do you think we're gonna find
terror. I'm sure of it.
that requires, for plot reasons, for Pewter at least not to be
It's
here?
highly likely she knows something important. Please, Tama. Please help me. You're my only hope.
Oh, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll do it.
Okay, so I just want to be clear that Ryuki is able to project a small hologram of a person in blue from his face, and also is able to tell someone that they're his only hope. So he is R2-D2, correct? I like that we, like, got her to change into street clothes in order to do this.
Because I'm sure you already know.
Okay, start it.
What was that?
Could you start, please?
That's better. Here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Let it rip. I don't really have any concept of what I expect this to be. Yeah, you like the gas range clicking noise, Demolition? It's certainly a choice. Okay, the studio, that's fair.
This is Studio de Vita.
The face-to-face set is still up. That means...
I have a bad feeling about this.
We have the brand new star of the net world visiting us today.
Every time. Hi Angel, I don't know if I saw you come in. Do you use Steam to purchase most of your games? Depends, sort of most. Just a decent number of things I will get on console, particularly if I think they will strain my computer's ability to run them. But I use Steam for most computer-based things.
What?
Please, show us your dance!
You want me to dance? No, I'm not Aiba. I can't dance!
This was a conscious decision. Someone created this AI companion and they were like, hey, so we already made code for a different one to be able to dance. But, like, we should make that a restriction that this character, like, won't do that.
Come on, let's see it!
Ugh, I hate that look he gets in his eyes when he's ignoring me. Fine, I'll do it. Resist, allow your heart to take you. Never let this merciless world erase you. Huh?
That didn't really do it for me.
Gross. Oh good, it's Komeiji.
Welcome to the quiz show, Faith to Face. I am your host, Andy's Komeiji.
It's Komeiji.
His facial expression isn't changing at all. It's creepy.
Is that creepier than him having facial expressions? I feel like they're about even, to be honest.
This is a competition for the one and only Quiz King's throne. And tonight, as always, we have a head-to-head battle between the champion and challenger.
Good line read.
And of course, the champion is me, Andy's Komeiji. The challenger is...
Me?
Can the challenger beat me? I don't know. I'm pretty good at this.
What The hell is this? I didn't agree to this.
I knew Mommy liked quiz shows, but I didn't expect her to dream about them too.
The rules are simple. After 5 rounds of quizzes, whoever has more correct answers will be the winner.
I mean, we did establish that she likes quiz shows, right? But I feel like the reason we're here has more to do with the fact that it is the setting of the traumatic incident that she's, like, caught up on. Pat says, the Somnium's Komeiji feels very robotic. I believe that is intentional, yes. It is a very remarkable difference, which is why I like the line read. It's like, it's not actually Komeiji, it's like weird dream Komeiji.
The winner will receive this amazing prize.
What? The prize is a mame?
Hey, what are you doing over there? For Digimon Survive. Thank you, Angel. It's very kind of you to do that.
Amame, please tell us how you're feeling.
I feel like there's some, like, deep Freudian interpretation of Mame being the prize in her own dream or something. Neko asks, wasn't he always a robot? No, Neko, I'm afraid he's very much... Well, human's not the right word. But, like, we have multiple verifications that he is a living creature and not a robot.
Shy, huh? We'll talk to you throughout the show.
There's shades of rescuing Iris from Nizatlaws in this.
The first stage will be right after these commercial messages.
Do we have to watch the commercials?
The mame is the prize. What kind of show is this?
I guess we have no choice but to accept the challenge. If we win, we might learn something about terror, too.
Oh well. If this is a competition, I'm gonna do my best, Ryuki.
I have a bad feeling about
I'll
this.
finish the scan before the commercials even end. Somnium scan, activate!
Very calculated scan. The scan has nothing to do with the Somnium. The scan is Tama. Mental Lock 1, Goop Floor. Mental Lock 2, Survey Says! Mental Lock 3, The Monitor. Mental Lock 4, uh-oh, Komeiji. Mental Lock 5, My Face! I hope you meant your face. Nearly interesting. Get information on terror. Amame made contact with terror. By competing in the quiz show, you might be able to gain information about terror. I don't think that I will.
Stage 1. Let's begin. Who will be reading the questions? Very exciting.
Very exciting.
I guess he's not going to read the questions himself. Makes sense.
I wonder who it'll be.
I was expecting
Mizuki?
Gen. Oh good, it's Robot Mizuki. Look at how Robot Mizuki...
Hello, I'm Mizuki Date.
Very good. I love... This is
I
good.
don't really get trivia questions or whatever, but here's the first one.
I like that they didn't bother to, like, render out the lead pipe from this character model, which, like, doesn't feel like it's relevant for this imaginary version of her, but, like, it's fine.
Stage 1 is the scavenger quiz. We filled the studio with different items. Please choose the item you think is the answer. Quickest to answer wins.
I guess it's like a scavenger hunt?
Guess so.
Here's the first question. What's the correct answer? Your time starts now.
Huh. That's the question?
Question?
Jeez. A tough one right from the start.
Mame liked watching quiz shows as a child. She enjoyed seeing more of the truth the more she answered. What? More of the truth the more she answered. I mean that's just basically if you get the answers right, you find out stuff, right? That's what we're getting at. Good grief. So there's headphones, there's Ador Rabbit, there's an elephant trinket, there's an eyeball on this camera.
Is this?
There's Shoma's robot, lead pipe. I don't... Vocaman? What's Vocaman? I should know that. How are you feeling right now? Well, happy feels like loving. Sad is probably brave. Maybe don't feel anything is brave. Yeah, my initial thought was like it could be Shoma's headphones because music is part of the question. But like, I definitely wanted to try and get a sense of what was in the studio. I don't know if there will be more questions or whatever. Yeah, no, nothing that's going... Like, all the robot people and, like, the goo stability level of the Somnium, like, all of this feels like bad signs. How am I feeling right now? I feel like popping is, like, impish, right? It's not crazy. Is crazy don't feel anything? Happy's like probably loving. That feels clear. I feel like popping is probably impish because it's like a joke answer. I can't decide what the game thinks. Is it brave to admit that you're sad? I honestly don't feel anything. Okay, great. That's not good. Go to the hospital, E. Thank you. Great. Look, man. There's like a photo of a deep sea fish, an orichalcum trident. Is this omelet rice? Sure is. And this is a magazine. Headphones.
Shoma's headphones. Why is this the answer?
I thought with the music playing and all, the answer might have something to do with headphones.
This is my
I
guess.
see. So the answer is headphones. Oh no, that's not it.
I think we're on the right track.
Mommy was trouble, but she always chose the blank, blank, or blank. She chose the blank. Oh, wait, the Vokeman. That's, it's a Walkman, is what that is. It's her device for listening to music.
Folkman. The song Gen gave to Amame. It's inside
Which isn't
the
this
cassette
song,
tape.
to be clear.
But why did you think this was the right answer?
The BGM and this label. I just connected the dots.
Good enough reason for me.
BGM.
The answer is Volkman.
Good job, Challenger. That's correct.
Everyone was having a lot of fun doing these voices, huh?
Good job, Ryuki.
It was the 9th, so I chose the label with a 9.
You sound like you could do this all day.
Huh? Did you say Date?
No, I said nerd.
No.
Mame's always listening to Gen's song with this.
Okay, straight path, no branch. Yeah, if I had remembered the 9th thing, that might have been helpful, but I'm not sure if that would have been, like, my... first interpretation? Mommy was trouble, but she always chose the right option. Blank or blank, she chose the blank. Is it like rain or shine or something like that?
Now let's move on to the next question. What's the correct answer? Your time starts now.
It's the same question again.
The BGM is different.
They're not even... Some of them are letters and some of them are numbers. I feel like I should know the name. Beethoven 9th. This quiz show is operating at some metaphysical level. I'm unwilling. Yeah, like, I obviously know this piece and can't remember the name or the relevance. I'll try headphones again because I'm expecting not a repeat answer, but it's unclear to me if there's some other level to this. No, it's never
right.
this. This is Beethoven's Fifth. So, elephant trinket?
I can picture this thing being at Brahmin.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. The answer is this. The elephant trinket.
Oh, I think I hate this game.
All right.
This premise is fine. I don't object to the premise, but I just don't, like, this requires such specific extra textual knowledge to succeed at. Like, I don't like that.
Challenger, you are correct. Keep it up.
Like, I love the robot game show. I don't love that it wants me to recognize specific pieces of classical music that I just don't.
The BGM was Symphony Number 5, so the correct answer was the one with 5 on it.
I at least appreciate that the first one tells you that's what's going on when the clues let you operate on a different level and try both of the audio things.
It's easy if you know the title of the song.
Right, and it's like essentially impossible if you don't.
When Mame saw this at the store, she bought it right away. She said it made her super lucky. Wonder if it worked.
Mame likes music and voices. She collected sounds. She became Ursula the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid.
This is the last question of stage 1. What's the correct answer? Your time starts now.
It's the last one. Let's get this.
I've heard this song somewhere.
No. 3 H 6. These all numbers? It's air? Oh, there's a giant eyeball here, by the way. Let me have this. It's air in G. G is robot.
It's the robot Shoma made.
No doubt about it.
The correct answer is this monowheel robot.
Alright, I have no shame in letting chat just answer these questions
The
that
challenger
require
is correct.
knowledge that I just don't
This would
possess.
be a bit harder.
That's not really a puzzle, that's a separate thing. I'm hoping that the next stage works differently, but we'll find out.
The BGM is air on G string. The robot with the G label is the correct answer.
That's right.
This robot is surprisingly strong and fast.
Mame likes music and voices. She collected sounds. She became good at gleaning info from sounds.
That's the end of the scavenger quiz. Let's look at the results. The challenger is in the lead. Can they take the champion's throne?
I guess this shows the standings. We're in blue.
I've seen a quiz show like this before.
Circle gets the square.
It's Mame. Something is wrong with her.
That's been true the whole time and has not changed.
Why? Why are you laughing like that?
Ha 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 ha. Attempted scavenger quiz. Hey, I wonder who's gonna yell at us about time limit in this one, or maybe it just won't. Oh, it's the occult quiz.
Did she say?
I couldn't make it out. She's not doing too good.
Now Iris is
Stage
here.
2 is brought to you by me, A-Set. You bet.
I really like the setting for this one. It's upsetting in an appropriate manner. I'm just a little disappointed that, like, I feel like I would have to do research to correctly guess those. Like, it's not that you couldn't know them, but I don't think that's, like, common knowledge.
It It's Iris this time.
Iris with no pep? That's something you don't see every day.
I'm sure my fans know this about me, but I'm really into the occult. So my questions are going to be about occult things. The name of this stage is Occult Quiz.
This reminds me a little bit. I've recently started watching through Nathan For You, which is a show by comedian Nathan Fielder, who just, like, is completely monotone and deadpan at all times. And the show is mainly about him pitching, like, just absolutely insane ideas to small business owners, who for the most part just are sort of like, yeah, that seems like it's worth a shot, instead of being like, what's, like, wrong with you? I feel like this is roughly how he would ask questions for a quiz show.
I will show you a chart. Please answer with a name or word. Here is the first question. Which of these represents a historical secret society, and can you name it?
Yeah, B, right?
Yeah, but we need to answer with the actual name, not A or B.
Okay, so one of these represents
it's
a
B,
secret
the
society,
Masons.
and we have to name it.
Let's think about it.
Begin.
How to answer?
What should we say?
Ooh. Wow. This Somnium is not messing around. I mean, this one the game, like, tells you, and, like, not that long ago, but, like, I don't know how difficult the other ones are going to be.
The answer is B, Freemasons.
The challenger is correct. Well done.
Challenger is correct. Yeah, it took me a second to figure it out. Yeah, it's like all of the words in one of the columns represent a group that you then have to name.
The Freemasons are said to have existed since the 16th century and have members all over the world.
Isn't that cool?
Their purpose and recruitment tactics remain a mystery.
Hey, it's okay to talk about them like this, right? We're not in trouble, are we?
It should be fine. It's just Iris's opinion.
Oh.
Well, I guess Mame's opinion.
By the way, A was the office I'm from, Lemniscate.
That tracks. I don't remember the Bernoulli connection, but probably. Updated keys. Amame was troubled, but she always chose the right option. When in doubt or hiding something, she chose the blank.
Here comes the second question. Many unidentified mysterious animals, or UMAs,
B,
have been
Chupacabra.
discovered. Which one is smaller?
An Uma question.
Not,
I'm not too confident here.
I don't know if I specifically know what A is. An Oregon creature?
Have confidence. Judging from the characteristics of A and B, this could be easy.
Begin.
Begin. Yeah, I believe we're
What should we
going
say?
for... I mean, it's the exact right number of... Really? Bigfoot's, like, specific to Oregon? I mean, like... you know, Bigfoot's had, like, a lot of speculation, whatever. I always think of it more like... No, I guess that's right. Yeah, you're probably right.
How about B, Chupacabra?
Correct, Challenger. Good answer.
Either way, this portion of the quiz is like a memory quiz, which is a thing I'm actually good at, a skill I can use in a video game.
Bigfoot A is up to 10 feet tall. Chupacabra B is no more than 6 feet tall.
Damn,
Aw.
that's still bigger than I was thinking.
Yeah, when they said small, I figured they were talking like 4 foot or
It
less.
could be the same size as you, Ryuki. That is a scary thought.
Mommy was troubled, but she always chose the right option. When in doubt or hiding something, she chose the option on the right. Interesting, and that makes sense with the fact that B has been the correct answer twice here.
This is the last question of the occult quiz. Which of these two things affect the human psyche and behavior, A or B?
Alright, now I don't know. Is this supposed to be TC-PERGE? I don't think so. What else would this be? Thing that affects the human psyche and behavior.
Effect is sort of vague. There could be a lot of answers.
I guess we're supposed to choose the best representative answer.
Begin.
What should we say?
Yeah, chat suggests subliminal. We did get a trivia pop-up on subliminal messaging. It seems to fit B. These aren't the words I would use to describe that, so it doesn't come as immediately to mind. But that makes sense. I don't think I know what A is.
The answer is B, subliminal.
Correct. Marvelous.
Personally, I prefer superliminal messaging.
Imagine watching a video and a juice container appears.
I don't know anything about that.
Even if it's only for a split second, faster than the brain can even consciously register it, the viewer is struck by the desire to buy juice. That is the subliminal effect. Maybe all of us are subconsciously affected by someone or something.
No, my sister asks if this character is always this devoid of emotion. No, they're making a specific point. This character is actually the exact opposite of this, and so this is meant to be unsettling.
Now that you mention it, I do kind of want some juice.
You're just thirsty.
That is all for the occult quiz.
So is
I
Kazuna
wonder
next?
what the panel looks like now. Well, 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 the challenger is keeping up.
That's it for stage 2.
3 stages left. Let's keep it up. Oh, Amame showed up again.
Why did this?
Oh, the camera's turning. And she's gone. Spot the
There's
difference.
something about Mame. Is it about the case?
I don't know. We don't know enough to say for sure.
Something About Mame is one of my favorite Ben Stiller movies.
The prize is Mame, right? If we win, we can ask her directly.
Oh, it's Gen.
Now I, Gen Ishiagane, will be asking the questions.
See, without context,
And
this feels
next.
like this could actually be how he acts.
Stage 3 is Spot the Difference.
Huh?
Oh, and we're gone. Oh, that's good.
But
The challenger will attempt to find the differences from there.
It's so weird. In the projection on the red screen on the right, there's an eyeball. I don't see. Hold on.
Find the differences.
There are 3 monitors in the room. What is shown on the screen is different from what is actually there. You have to spot these differences. Compare the monitor and the real scene. There are 4 differences.
Okay, we just need to compare things. Doesn't seem too hard.
Don't be so sure. There's a ton of stuff to look through. We gotta be careful.
Now we will begin.
Having trouble gauging where that eyeball is, but I want it. Do I have to, like, find it in the monitor?
That's...
pretty sneaky, sis. Okay. Now that I've wasted time on that. So... It's holding... Oh, jeez. Is it supposed to be reflected? It's like, it seems like everyone's doing stuff in their opposite hands. I have like 3 minutes, and it would cost 5 seconds to do this, and 2 segments left to do. I don't know how bad the last one's gonna be, but it's probably gonna be a lot. I mean, so here's my issue with this, right? Is like there's multiple different screens presenting different information, and it seems like just at a glance, almost everything is wrong. Like there's like pictures of the blue figment person like standing, they're cut in half. There's pictures of like Kazuna and Mizuki doing stuff, they're dead. So like, am I just allowed to pick everything? On that note, eyeball time. Which one do you want? Friends is loving. Brave is money, maybe? I did this one before. I don't know if... I don't remember... I think I picked superpower, and I don't remember what I got from that. I feel like that's either impish or crazy. I feel like nothing needs to be done is crazy, right? Like, that must be right. Okay. Oh my god. We got a Mame-E with, like, weird mermaid clamshell bra-E. This game considers her crazy, huh? And doesn't consider Iris crazy? That's concerning to me. A child who's kinda crazy, earns money by conning people, loves quizzes. That's one way to reduce that character. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I just start by the obvious, which is like, this person shouldn't be dead.
The figure is split from top to bottom. I think it's symbolizing the case.
Is that a wrench on the screen? How is it related?
There's so much going on. I don't get it. But at least we can say this is another difference.
That is correct, Challenger.
Oh good, I made blood appear.
I don't know how to describe it. It's more... corpsey?
Is it less corpsey now? Mame came across many blank, very short blank, very long blank. Okay, like you're all reflected, you're like dead.
Kizuna! Kizuna! No reaction. She looks different from the monitor. One difference is Kizuna.
is like, I'm just struggling with this because like some of these are so super obvious. It's like I feel like there's a trick here, but it's like she's dead. She's not supposed to be dead. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
That is correct, Challenger.
Kizuna.
She disappeared.
Hate when that happens. Mommy came across many wounded things? What? The next one is Mizuki, who also shouldn't be dead? By any account?
Mizuki! Mizuki!
She's not moving at all.
No.
We can ignore why she's bloody for now.
That is correct, Challenger.
Ugh, it hurts.
Mizuki?
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, in this dream, right, all of her friends are showing up and are acting weird. That night, when Terror killed Komeiji, her friends were there, and they were kind of acting weird. Now, the key is saying that, like, Mommy came across a bunch of wounded things, and in the dream, multiple of her friends are, like, bleeding out. Did she, like, witness some, like, body snatcher thing happen? Is someone using the prototype sync machine again? Mommy came across many wounded things, important things. The heart, blood, really long blank. So the sign is there. There's another... hang on.
What?
Okay. The buzzer's right. Like, this pile of magazines should be a person? I think? Is the last one?
This magazine was in the studio, too. It's in pieces, though.
Was that magazine in the studio? I don't remember that.
Should we piece it together?
No, I think this is fine as is.
I see. It's a difference.
That is correct, Challenger.
Got another one.
There is a blue figure on the monitor in the same place. How does that relate to the book?
Whoa.
Now the magazine's all corpsey.
It's blood.
Bye!
This is creepy.
Corpse Monthly used to be my favorite magazine. Then I got, like, arrested for crimes. Came across many wounded things. Important things. The heart, the blood. She carries all of it inside. Well, the heart and the blood should probably be inside. Winner,
The Challenger
winner.
got all the answers correct. Good work.
I am amazing.
Though it's hard to celebrate after seeing that.
Whoa, this again?
This happens every time I watch an internet video.
Oh, we made it back to the studio. Huh? Isn't that...
Is Komeiji dead now? Yeah.
Oh.
It's another scavenger hunt round. Can you... Oh, it's moving, though. The half body is moving. That's worse.
Sheesh. Shouldn't make an old geezer walk so much.
Komeiji?
It's the same as when the body was found, so it probably is.
Well done. Let's check the board.
I assume it goes up to 10, because I got 4
The
answers.
Challenger is putting up a good fight.
If the game is still going, can the champion continue?
I don't know.
Not sure if he was even trying before. I don't know how badly you have to screw up to get him to earn points, considering that I answered 2 questions wrong.
Ryuki.
I don't think I like the move to 5 mental locks as like an average in this game. They just don't give like a lot of time, you know? Ultimate 50-50.
Blood?
This is way too deep.
Good work,
I'm trying
Challenger.
to keep all the blood in my
Giving me
head
a run
instead
for
of
my
going
money.
under.
Andy's Komeiji. Other than the voice, he seems to be okay.
Maybe that's true. I was assuming he was on his side, but because his head is a cube, I guess it's a bit hard to tell, only seeing this much.
I see that you're quite capable, so now it's my turn to deliver the quiz. The 4th stage is the ultimate 50-50.
I thought we were competing against him.
Yeah. The way he is now, he obviously can't answer any questions.
Obviously.
The rules are simple. Answer the questions as quickly as possible, on instinct.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Challenger, go sit at the deluxe chair over there.
Okay.
There are 10 questions. If you need to use the restroom, do it now.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you for the insight, Spicy Jace. Spicy Jace says, I had a big red 2 on my board the whole time because I didn't pick the elephant before Komeiji. I got 2 wrong answers early on because I didn't know the classical music stuff, but like chat helped me with it, and so like I got them quickly enough, I guess. I wasn't sure what kind of limit there would be before he like gets credit.
It's fine. I've never used the bathroom in my life.
You know, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of
Well,
that.
do you have an image to maintain? In any case, let's begin. Question.
I have such a
Which would you
bad
rather
feeling.
eat? Poo-flavored curry or curry-flavored poo?
That what if question has been around forever. I didn't know there was a correct answer.
Forget
flavored
about the
curry.
flavor. At least that one is edible.
The answer is poo-flavored curry.
Guess I was right.
Woohoo!
After we're done here, I'll be sure to order you a bowl of poo-flavored curry.
This actually also reminds me of Nathan For You, where he tries to make poo-flavored soft serve in the very first episode.
Would that even be on the menu?
This is going to be
Next
obnoxious.
question. If you could use a time machine, would you go to the future or the past?
I don't know what the correct answer is going to
Another
be.
question with no right answer? Is this how it's going to be?
Past because I could figure out who did it? Maybe? Well, that's a good call. Pick the answers on the right when she's trying to hide some. No, but the left was correct before. If there's no right answer, if there isn't an obvious right answer, you pick the right. That might be it.
That's a hard question.
Past,
an
which was
easy
also my guess anyway.
I want to change my past.
The answer is the past.
Okay.
I wish I really could go back.
Yeah, I understand.
Next question. Which would you rather have? An ideal job or an ideal lover?
That's pretty subjective, so whatever's on the right
I already have my ideal
also
job,
probably would have been my pick.
Ideal lover.
Okay.
What? Are you angry?
No, I'm not angry.
Just mad.
Next question. Be truthful and be poor, or lie and make money. Which would you choose?
Oh, hold on. I want to see the keys. Can I see the keys? I feel like one of the keys pertains to this one. There's no way to do that, huh? I think she wants to be truthful. I feel like I'm supposed to pick truthful here. Says she's a con artist. Yeah, I don't know. I guess she does specifically. I don't know. I think that's a really, it's a very specific interpretation of it. But yeah, the eyeball, he does say that, huh? It's a really weird resource to draw from, but it is a pretty reasonable argument.
Well,
yeah, it's also on the
I'd
right.
rather be rich than poor, so...
The answer is lie. Should a police officer really be saying that?
Well, maybe that was a lie.
Next question.
I wish I could see the keys, though.
Which is worse to lose, the father or mother?
Probably mother? Because maybe her mother, I don't know. Is she supposed to be Tokiko's daughter?
I don't think
mother.
there's any good choice here. The mother?
The answer is mother. Why did you choose that?
Wasn't the first answer the left? Everyone since then has been the right, but I thought I picked left the first time.
I felt like it.
Next question. Which would be worse to lose, sight or hearing?
Is there any obvious solution there for her? Oh, she would not want to lose her hearing, right? Because she cares so much about sound and music? Yeah, right again.
I don't get excited if there's no voices.
The answer is hearing. What did you mean by that, anyway?
Yeah, that was a weird... The phrasing was interesting.
Bodybuilding competitions would be so boring without a crowd cheering.
You know, I feel like that's somehow worse than what I thought you were saying.
Okay.
Next question. Someone important was hurt in front of you. Do you make the person responsible apologize or get revenge?
I mean, I feel like I have to go with whatever option is on the right this time, because I don't think we have context to know this, do we?
Honestly?
Yeah, I kind of thought
see
we were
why
getting
someone
at,
would
like,
choose
she tried to get revenge or something.
The answer is revenge.
I feel like a failure as a keeper of the peace.
Well, I guess the level of revenge matters. If you kill someone, that would make you a failure as a keeper of the peace and a human being.
Next question. What would you do if your best friend and your family are about to die, but you could only save one?
I think she's going to choose Brent? Only because I'm trying to piece together what I think we're supposed to learn here. Yeah.
Let's see. Best friend?
The answer is best friend.
I wonder what the point of all these questions is.
I don't know.
Some of these are telling.
Only 2 more left.
Next question.
I can never meet my loved one again. If you could just forget sadness, what do you forget? Or remember?
I think she's trying to forget. I think that's why she's, like, closing herself off this way.
You mean only the sad memory?
Huh.
If that's even possible, I'd want to forget.
Going against the right strategy, because I think that's true.
Even the good memories, the happy times. Sadness can taint all that.
It's best to forget, yeah.
Okay.
Ryuki.
Also, yes, the voice did change. I was trying to place who it was, but I couldn't figure it out.
Next question. Which do you choose? Have your biggest secret spilled, or be part of some dangerous plan?
Probably dangerous plan in this case, right? Yeah, maybe it's Gen. It's a little tough to, like, peg Gen's voice, because it's, like, naturally a little bit distorted.
Past versus future. Have your past secret exposed, or your future compromised by some scheme?
Be
I'll
part of
leave
a
the
plan.
past in the past, and trust my future.
So the answer is, be a part of a plan.
Perhaps some sort of initiative?
So vague with secrets and schemes and all. It's hard to answer.
Like, it's interesting that there's, like, a combination of, like, seemingly random questions and definitely answerable questions in there.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Even a boat.
That
Wiggle,
is
wiggle. Ah, the chair is
it.
spinning!
The challenger answered all questions correctly. 100%.
Do I get a prize?
This is what the standings look like. Now I think I completely understand you, challenger.
Wait, isn't that the terror voice changer? I mean, she would know what terror sounds like, so that's possible. I just don't know if that means something worse. Find the truth!
Huh? What?
Things are getting ominous.
The challenger now has the right to attempt the final stage. There are 4 total questions. If you get them all right, you win.
What is this? Komeji's voice is...
Question 1. What is this space?
Dude, I've been trying to answer that for many in-game hours. Oh, do we have all of the information on all of her keys? Have we ever done that before? I just want to go over these in case any of this information is helpful. Mame liked watching quiz shows as a child. She enjoyed seeing more of the truth the more she answered. Okay, that is generally a rule here. Mame likes music and voices. She collects sounds and became good at gleaming info from sounds. Okay, so listening may provide more insight than you would think. There have been voice changes and things. Mame was troubled, but she always chose the right option. When in doubt or hiding something, she chose the option on the right. Well, that tracks here because my instinct says pressured. Because she was pressured by Tokiko to be a part of the Nirvana Initiative? Question mark? Mame came across many wounded things. Important things. The heart, blood, she carries all of it inside. It is interesting, terrorized could be a terror pun. It's tough not knowing the context for the face. If it's like, this is the face she made when she was in the studio and saw terror, that could be terrorized. I mean, naturally it does look a bit more scared, right? Like, pressurized would be uncomfortable. Terrorized is more like this. It's tough, though. I mean, I think you could rule out threatened and intimidated because they're, you know, pretty close to terrorized in nature. But the terror pun seems relevant. I don't know. I think pressure is definitely different than terrorized, which is the thing that gives me pause here. I agree that the others are relatively interchangeable, but pressure could just be like social pressure. Like, it could be like the line of questioning through the like mega 50-50 quiz was definitely pointing towards like her connection to Tokiko and feeling forced to be a part of the Nirvana Initiative instead of apparently having something about her past revealed. Can I get a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 50-50? Maybe it'll eliminate one of the two. Except the way that always worked is if you said what two you were trying to decide between, they would leave those two. Chat's pretty split on this. I am too. I mean, it's also kind of funny because two of the keys could apply here, right? Because you could say, like, she gleans meaning from sounds is terror is the one asking, so terrorized could be correct. But also, when she's hiding something, she chooses the answer on the right. Like a half-body split. No, nothing like that. The molecules are ragged or something. I'm going terrorized, but it's a little against my better judgment. Just because it seems a little more spooked. This. Okay. So this is when she was in the studio.
Question 2.
He had a gun on her, huh?
What is this?
Half a man, in more ways than one. Is this a trick? Is there, like, no right answer? I mean, like, they're all technically correct? I mean, as far as she is concerned, I feel like she would most likely answer, like, Quiz King or Shoma's father, because she knows Shoma personally, but also is a fan of quizzes. And that one's on the right. What Tara would want? Yeah, I guess that's true. More from his perspective than hers now. So that would remove Shoma's father from the equation, probably, if true. So I don't think it's Yonoharu Enda. Because I think Terror, who had something of a relationship with Komeiji, was referring to him as Andy's Komeiji, which is like his stage name or whatever. So if it's from his perspective, it would make sense for it to be that. Because we've seen, like, those Nile messages, right? Okay. So that does establish a pattern.
What's this question about?
Question 3. Who was enlightened by the Nirvana Initiative?
Oh boy. I mean, Terror, probably? Oh, I have like a minus a billion timing. What do I use that for? The next question, probably? Yeah, like, I'm inclined to say Terror. So, like, Terror isn't, like, a name given by the media. It seems like Terror is, like, a self-chosen name. And also, the fact that terrorized was the correct answer earlier suggests that, like, there's some pride in being Terror. I'm inclined to say Terror. I think I'm supposed to save this timing I don't remember getting. Because I would still have, like, 17 seconds left if I have to do something after this. Perform action without using timing. What an interesting question. I don't think I've ever been prompted this before. Why is it like this? This is very concerning to me. Maybe use it? Like, the game has never ever told me to use a timey before, ever. In the history of 2 games, that's never happened. And it defaults to no. Maybe you're supposed to so you can talk to her? It's just like a question of how long do I think the lag... Because there's like one more question, right? This is the third question. Might be literal refund. It could be. It's not indicating it, but I also don't remember it indicating that I would have gotten one last time. So maybe. Let's not. And let's activate. And terror?
Mame must have heard about the Nirvana Initiative from him.
I don't think that's right. Maybe it is. I got on question 2. Okay, I believe you.
Final question. I got threatened again. My only option now is...
Okay, but see, now I feel like I should have been given... I should have used it here. It's weird. It's such a weird prompt. If it's a trap, that's, like, really rude. If this is, like, unwinnable now because of a prompt that the game has never used before, I'm gonna be really annoyed about it. Because, like, I would have assumed this if it didn't, like, create the bad pop-up. It's plausible that this is the last question. But sometimes there's still, like, a little bit afterwards, like the infamous warehouse in the first game. But then on top of that, even setting that aside for now, what's the right answer here? Is there a right answer to this one? I don't think I've ever seen that pop up, Jace. I really don't think I have. Beyond comprehension is my first instinct as well, Sarah. I also kind of feel like... I don't feel like I don't know is it. There's some merit to what do you mean being the right one. What are you asking seems a little plausible. Okay, so terror is like trying to intimidate me, right? Like terror is like deliberately doing things to like spook me. So I feel like maybe I'm just supposed to answer beyond comprehension. Also an interesting point that 2 of these are questions and not answers. I don't know is also sort of an absence of answer.
What? Why?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but this is probably everything that's happened to Mame.
The challenger wins.
So spooky.
That was it?
What was that?
What the?
Sections 4 and 5 don't have wrong answers. I appreciate you not saying that, Jace.
Congratulations to you.
Hey, it's Evangelion. Fun. Really gotta, like, digitize these. The VHS quality's, like, it's just not holding up.
I'm here.
Tama, talk to Mame. Quick!
Amame, tell me, what did Terror say to you?
You're gonna speak in like
Nirvana.
Japanese
Collected.
DNA?
Genocide.
What?
What do you mean? Tama, be more specific. Mame must have some kind of critical information.
No, Ryuki, we're out of time!
No.
Let's get out of here!
Hooray! Demolition, thank you for gifting a sub to Spicy Jace, and Jace, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate your contributions to chat. You've been very respectful and also contributing, and that's not always true for new people. So I appreciate you being super cool. So welcome. I hope you enjoy the emotes and whatnot. Didn't understand the last question is the last mental lock. Whoops! I lost a lot of seconds on that one. Lol. Hooray! Despite some things about that I didn't love, I might rank that as my favorite Somnium I've done out of both games. I like that one a lot for like a lot of reasons. The Mind of God! Thank you for gifting us up to Neko as well, Devotion.
Mommy is still sleeping.
Okay, because that ran a little bit long, I thought that was gonna be like half hour, 40 minutes the way it started, but like, had to slow down and think about some stuff at the end, despite the fact apparently it doesn't matter. Like, you just never know, so you gotta be careful. So I think I'm just gonna save there, and we'll pick it up there. We're not gonna do the whatever. So let's do save. And then we never trust that, so we do a save again. I actually want to see something really quick. So did we just start a new segment? Yes, we did. Because, like, for some reason I really want to go back and see what happens if you choose the wrong hand in the like X-ray coin guessing game. Yeah, I really like the atmosphere of that. I really like the type of horror that's everything keeps subtly getting worse. Like, I don't know how to describe that better, but like the fact that like at first it's just like, oh, this is weird, like this doesn't look correct. And then, like, you hear everyone, like, reading the questions, and it's like, hello, I am your best friend. I love you very much. On to the questions. It's like, oh, that's not great. And then you see, like, images of her friends being, like, dead and bleeding out. It's like, oh, that's bad, too? Just, like, the fact that, like, it kept doing that, and ultimately, it, like, Terror's asking you questions is like, okay, that doesn't feel good either. It's not quite anxiety-inducing, Neko, because like you can just do like a big burst of anxiety, and like that's not necessarily fun or favorite. So I just saved, and I want to see if I can summary of the chapter. No, not that. Start investigation from here. So I just saved, and I just really quick, I wanna see what happens if I pick the wrong hand. It feels like something there might be a trophy for or something. Also, hi Certsian. Yeah, we're playing Somnium Files. Thank you for gifting us some Certsian Demolition. We're probably almost done for the night. We just finished doing a Somnium with one of the characters, the dream sequence. But there's something that's bothering me that I really wanted to check earlier, and we haven't had a good opportunity to do it until now. So I'm gonna do this, and then we'll load that save file next time. I don't like that you don't get multiple save files in this game. I don't know if there's a specific purpose for that, but like I just feel a little uneasy about that. Look, it's the end.
Do you know a girl named Amame Doi?
Oh.
Do you know where she...
Yeah.
Really?
Let's go. Skip.
Liam,
Fine, we'll do this.
Do you have a 500 yen coin?
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to look away, and you put it in one of your hands.
Sertsian, I happen to know that the English voice actor for Date is a streamer because he rated me once. It was very exciting.
If I can guess which hand it's in, tell me for free.
And if you're wrong?
I'll pay you.
All right, let's do this.
Now, I don't know if anything interesting is going to happen, but I just want to know.
Okay.
I haven't actually watched his stream. What types of stuff does he stream, Sertsian?
Guess. Which hand is it in?
Alright, so I click on him, and then I X-ray. I see, yeah, it's like it's his left hand again.
Huh? What is this bullshit?
Too bad.
Fine.
I gave Liam the cash.
Huh. Thanks, man. Wait a minute. This is a coin from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I said I'd pay you. I never said with what.
Damn it. You got me.
Why the hell are you even carrying around coins from Bosnia and Herzegovina?
It never hurts to be prepared.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
By the way, one convertiblina marca is equivalent to 64 yen, so 100,000 convertiblina mark is 6,400,000 yen. That's so much money. How rich is Ryuki? I don't think Leah knew that. Sheesh.
I saw Mom.
Iowan.
That's the child services facility.
Alright, well, I thought there might be an achievement for that, but it turns out no. Either way, that was mildly amusing. That was worth doing, I think. We'll be back with more Nirvana Initiative next Friday. Normally I stream Fridays and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, but next weekend is my dad's birthday, and so I'm going to spend some time there, which means I won't be streaming on Saturday. So we'll pick up, not here from the save point, next Friday, and then the following week we'll be back to normal schedule with a Friday and a Saturday installment. Currently Greg is playing Dead Space. Oh, interesting. I know very little about Dead Space. Aren't the people who made Dead Space working on a new game that's coming out in like December or something? I heard about this. Where did the chat box go? Hello? Chat box is like totally broken. Hold on.
Giraffe.
Hello? Hello? I don't recall seeing that happen for an extremely long time. It's just broken. Normally on this screen chat shows up over there in the bar. It's just gone now. That's happening. Great. So yeah, before we end the stream, which we are due to do, there's one final order of business. Somewhere on the couch behind me, I've hidden a secret Squirtle. Note that if you can see a Squirtle like this little fellow, that one's not a secret. But somewhere under or behind one of these other friends may be located a Squirtle. And it's said that if you can find a Squirtle in this fashion, it's a sign of good luck in the week to come. So I encourage you to take a moment and think about where it might be hiding, while I enjoy some of this 100% juice apple. No, not like a... the thing I'm thinking of isn't a remake. Isn't there like a Dead Space-like game that I was led to believe is being made by the Dead Space people in December? I don't remember the name, but like it's a new game.
Giraffe.
Yeah, I got you, Neko. I can see chat because I have a separate window open for it, but the chat box is broken.
Giraffe.
For some reason. All right, let's gather some guesses and then take a look and find that Squirtle. Behind Pusheen, behind Blueface. It's good. It's a good shout, Mr. Generic Name. Behind Eeyore. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yes, the Callisto Protocol. That's the one. I think that's the same people who did Dead Space. Okay. So, where to begin? Well, I think the first notable guess was the repeated use of giraffe for giraffe cat. Hiding back there is Donut Cat. Cat that's inside a donut. So I figured I would unite the cat friends. Such good friends. Such cat. But unfortunately, cat is not Squirt. Saw a guess behind Eeyore. Not sure which Eeyore was meant, but I stacked them together to disambiguate. Hiding beneath the brothers Eeyore is my good friend Wally, but regrettably, not Squirtle. Behind Pusheen was another guess. Under our friend Yoda, and behind the Pusheen is Drifloon with an enormous tag. He likes to steal children. He probably knows a thing or two about where Jason is located. And, of course, inside our narwhal basket and under our visible Squirtle, is he hiding a secret Squirtle? In fact, he was hiding an even smaller narwhal. But alas, not Squirtle. And I believe there was one last guess, which was behind our big smiley face pillow. And it turns out that behind the pillow and under Baymax, this tiny Squirtle was hanging out on top of our distinguished gentleman narwhal. Because he's a keychain, he's attached. Which means that Mr. Generic Name managed to locate the secret Squirtle. Congratulations, Mr. Generic Name. That guy says, I think you need plushies of Jason, Sean, Babe, and Sir so we can use sounds to emote. That is an interesting suggestion. I don't know how to go about doing that. Well, that definitely counts. This was very deliberately and difficultly hidden so that it would appear directly behind our smiley face so that it could be guessed in this fashion. So again, congratulations to Mr. Generic Name. Thanks to everyone for their generosity. Demolition with several gift subs. Angel of Iron donating to ensure that we can play Digimon Survive, which is on the to-do list. I don't know. I mean, I know several people are playing that for themselves now. It'll probably take me a while to get around to it. I don't know if people will want to see it by then, but I would be very happy to stream it once the time comes, if people are interested in it. For now, again, a reminder, normal Friday stream next week, no Saturday, but you're usually around 6 p.m. Pacific, Fridays and Saturdays, just Friday next week. More AI Nirvana Initiative then. In the meantime, thanks for being here, thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed. This case is getting wild, and I'm here for it. Have a good night.